Yes. Awaken, stream, arise. All right, chat. See, you're being slow as hell. But I need somebody here. All right, early gang, we're doing a mic check. Let me know. Am I still peaking? Is my mic icky? Let me know. Yesterday it was a little gross. Upon listening to it back, I was like, "Oh god, I cannot believe that over 200 of you even dealt with this." Good morning, Fulger. You are the first comment that I saw anyway. How's the mic sounding, folks? There's a few of you here now. Cameron, you do exist. Batman's pet goldfish. Brains. Hopefully someone has them here. It certainly won't fully be all of the people we react to. Mike fine, Mike good. What if even when I get a little bit closer, even when I get a little excited? Okay, that definitely peaked. Okay. What do y'all think? Mike is good? All right. I'm just a little scared, okay? Tell me if I get too quiet. I really don't want to I don't want to go back to Peak City like we were yesterday. That's why I started a little early so that I could kind of use you guys as my pre-show guinea pigs, okay? What can I say? What can I say? All right. Good. I'm glad. The technical side has been set up a bit. Sound a little loud with the excited speak. All right, I'm gonna want to watch that because I do be getting excited. Okay, Victoria, is this about to be a joke? What do gay zombies eat? I gotta think about this one. Is this supposed to be a joke or is this like actual lore in zombie mythos? Because like if TJ was here, he would be like, well, actually, according to certain sects of Neanderthal cave dwellings, it was said that they believed that gay or homosexual zombies did start at the bottom, you know. They Bryans. Okay, that's hilarious actually. I could not have seen that one coming, quite frankly. I do know a lot of gay Bryans, come to think of it. I hope at least one of them is watching right now, or a gay Brian is watching right now. You know what, shout out gay Brian. Everybody give it up for gay Brian. This entire stream goes out to you, gay Brian. And if you're not gay Brian today, I just want you to embrace your inner gay Brian to the best of your abilities. Katie, yay, you made it on time. I made it on time. Truly, gay Brian made it on time. This is so good. But it is on time. So, welcome back to another Dadvocate stream. I'm your host, Lauren, and with most of these streams, one thing I try to do is keep it pretty audio only friendly. So, if you want to just put the screen down and walk around as you like do your chore in or lift some weights or wherever it is you're taking me, I will do my best to kind of visually describe everything that we go over today. It will be video heavy. We're going to be reacting to a lot of videos today. There are some days where you don't have to look at anything. We're just reading Reddit stories and things like that. But today is one of those days. There will be videos, but I feel pretty confident that I can make it an enjoyable experience for you, even if you never once look at your phone or computer or TV or wherever it is you're watching me. And we have our first super chat of the day. Thank you so much, Oh My God Barbecue, for the win. If this stream's topic is what I think it is, then I've heard the stories a couple times before and I'm not impressed. Shout out K. Brian. Yes, thank you so much, Oh My God Barbecue, for the win, for helping us segue into today's. Sorry, I just heard a weird noise going on outside. I'm like, what is that? It's fine. Squirrel! Okay, today's theme of the stream is one woman shares her experience of how her ex ruined her life by just abruptly moving out of their shared apartment while she was gone on vacation. We'll start with her video because I really expected with situations like this that I would go into the comments and obviously see tons of sympathy, tons of like, guys are terrible. My ex did this. He's such a narcissist. But to my surprise, in a very rare and not often seen turn of events, not even the women are on her side. And they do some digging. People start doing some detective work and start drawing some conclusions. I will try to come at this story from an unbiased perspective because I don't know these people, but I'm curious to see what you guys think as we watch this and kind of check out the rest of her account and get some more clues, so to say. I did miss a super chat. Let me read that. Good morning, Shiva Chandra. Have a coffee on me. Amazing work, Dadvocate. Sending much love from Australia. Sweet. I got those Aussie dollars. Aren't you glad that you guys aren't the ones on fire in this time of history? Sorry, I guess I could have said something Australian related that didn't throw the Californians under the bus. Yeah, shout out Gay Brian, especially if you're in California, by the way. I heard it's not super fun and breathable over in those parts. Laura needs the blossom bow. Da-da. Dude, absolutely. And we need like a small Mojo Jojo helmet to put on Mochi if there was any cat tolerant enough to deal with that. Okay, let me start pulling this up for us. Another super chat. Good morning. You know what? I've been calling you Chaos Shadow. Is it Chow Shadow? And even better yet, is that a reference to the Chow Gardens from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, aka Chow Game, as I pretty much just call it? This will be fun to listen to for my first workout of the new year. You know, it's so funny you say that because I always mention like, oh, I try to keep it audio only friendly if you're like doing chores or at work. But today was the first time that I was ever like, or lifting weights. And like, yes, now you should feel seen. I finally acknowledged your activities. Now it's going to start getting weirder and I'm going to start being like way too specific. Like, or, you know, while you're skinning a black squirrel from Eastern Michigan for your taxidermy collection, and then someone's going to be like, Gay Brian's going to be like, where are you? Anyway, let me read the rest of your super chat. Any suggestions on where to start for a guy who needs to lose 34 years of belly fat? At first I thought it said pounds of belly fat, and then I reread what I was reading. 34 years of belly fat. So maybe it's not 34 pounds. Could be anywhere else. I will say this. As someone who got to really live throughout her teen years and most of her 20s and throughout her pregnancy with my dad's fast-ass metabolism, I could eat an entire sleeve of Oreos and you would never know. My abs would probably get stronger. The second I hit 30, this magical 10 pounds appeared and just has refused, for the most part, to go away. And I'm like, what the The one thing that changed it is I tried to eat healthier for the most part. I tried to I went a whole year without alcohol. I celebrated one fucking year of complete sobriety. I watched I drank only water, no soda. But the thing that actually helped was a lot of weightlifting. Actually, is I realized that cardio is not even it. It helps, but it's mostly weightlifting, lots of protein, and unfortunately counting your macros. I hate to say it. I hate to turn into one of those hippy dippy bullshit fucking decalcified pineal gland ass motherfuckers, but you have to count your macros. It sucks. Anyway, you didn't come here for a health diatribe. One of you did. but the rest of you came here to find out how this chick's ex ruined her life. So I would like to help you out with that. Let me go ahead and actually pull this up like I said I would before I got incredibly distracted. You have such a squirrel brain version of Lauren today, but I hope that you love every second of it. Another one. So my God, barbecue for the win. By this story, I mean similar ones, which is why I don't believe much whining from usually women about their exes. Dangerous, I know. It depends on how they tell me the story. You know what I mean? Like, if you're immediately trying to push a very specific narrative where one person is the evil, toxic person and you're the innocent baby martyr, that's what I'm usually like, But you can kind of tell from a tone if someone's like, actually been hammer fisted through the heart by a terrible person, or if like you're not really getting the full story. So it's made even more difficult when we're playing the game with complete strangers on the internet. But let's all put our collective brain cells together for this one. Obviously, you can see this blew up 2.5 million views, over 100,000 comments. Why would you even comment at that point? Like, I used to feel like if there's even 200 comments, probably everything that could be said has been said. Why would you even contribute your thoughts to this cesspool at this point? Anyway, for those who are audio only, the caption on the screen reads, "When your ex decides to move out while you're on vacation and ruins your life." I'll try to like pause occasionally as she walks through the rooms to give a play-by-play, but what it starts off with, oh, by the way, do we have, okay, it's original sound, so I don't think I have to worry about licensed music. It seems to be like your standard like rental property. I don't know how else to put it. Like very beige colors, very standard furniture. We see like one couch, a coffee table, but it looks like the electronics probably got cleared out. And then there's like a gingerbread house decoration on the floor.
I mean, the couches are gone. There's a chair, I guess. TV's down. Kitchen table is gone. Oh, how nice. He left cats.
That's just so funny that like everything is gray. First of all, like we're talking doctor's office gray, gray flooring, gray furniture, black furniture, and then you walk into this empty barren room and there's just like two gray cats looking completely unbothered, mind you. Like I would be upset if the cats were panicking, but the cats are so chill. They're like, look how much space we have for activities. Oh, and good morning to Kristen. Christian? Yes, Christian. Thank you for the super chat. Good morning, San Diego. Hopefully you guys are smoke-free during this stream.
Um,
Okay. There's no dishes. She opens up the dishes cupboard. Okay, underneath the sink, I don't know how much they had for cleaning supplies prior, but this looks pretty standard to like even hour under the sink. You got your general cleaning agents, you got your Tide Pods, you got your garbage bags. Yeah, she's good as for under the sink, I would say. Okay, he left her one very brown banana. Oh, two. Oh, he left her about 180 cals of good old potassium. And the more brown on the peel, the more cancer fighting agents. Look, we can't say he completely didn't think of her. Okay. No pots, no pans. This reminds me of when Zach Bryan's other his ex-wife, posted her first TikTok after their breakup, and it was simply just her holding like a tiny muffin baking sheet, or yeah, like where the little cups, the little divots in it, and she's like, have nothing else to cook with, so making eggs on this. Like really, there is nothing left. No silverware. There's no junk drawer. You know what? Look, I hope you haven't been telling him he needs to clean out the junk drawer all month, okay? 'Cause mission accomplished.
Literally.
I'm wondering if he took the plant or if that already was just kind of like a. Let me show you guys a little bit more of the picture. I guess I'm hiding approximately 2 pixels of plant from you. Okay, you need this context. Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if he like took the cactus? Okay, actually, I'm so sorry. one last squirrel brain thought. But this does remind me of a crazy podcast that I listened to where apparently there are Venus flytrap poachers where people will literally sneak into Venus flytrap farms and poach like 50 grand worth of Venus flytraps at a time and then like go away with them in the dead of the night and like that's just one thing that I have not been able to stop thinking about. I don't think that's the case here, but you can tell it haunts me. Another super chat from Oh My God Barbecue for the win. Video volume a little low. Go Team Squirrel. Thank you for the heads up. I see why. I see why it is. Okay, it's gonna be a lot better now.
I have glass.
Okay, now this is the first time in the video that we get a little bit more context clues for where I'm seeing that people might have flipped sides. So for audio only people, until this point, like it's looked like she's been completely cleared out, and without knowing who contributed to what, it really does look like he hosed her. Okay, but then we open up, even though the silverware is gone, pots are gone, all that's gone, we do open up one cabinet, and only the girly glasses and mugs are left. And you guys know what I mean. I've made this joke about how you can tell a woman lives there. By the way, there's going to be like one beige woven tapestry hung up, a circular gold rimmed mirror, and then like a mug that says something like house bitch. You know what I mean? What does this say? It says snuggle. Oh God. And then something in cursive. I don't know why, but I thought it said snuggle lesbians. But I don't think that's what it says. So yeah, he clearly left things that are, at least some things that are hers.
There's some...
Okay. There are some utensils left. He left her some aluminum foil, a singular chip clip, some general cooking tools, not sure what you're gonna do with them because there's no pots. some measuring tools, which like, amateurs measuring? Huh, I'm kidding, they might bake. And some Ziploc bags.
Cooking utensils, I guess.
Okay, and then this cabinet looks like pretty well stocked. Looks like we got a big jug of vodka. I'm sure she'll need that in a second. We got the taco and chili powder. Okay, how are we gonna make our taco meat though? He left her a lot of like coffee and tea. Okay.
This actually might be my fucking spare keys for my truck, because he took my truck keys.
Oh, okay, so that's another detail. I'm so curious to see how people end up turning against her. Going back to work. Oh man, it was so good to see you. Hold on, I have to see. Ray Ban Me 262. Okay. I was like, is that Brian? Gay Brian? But no, that was just my bad vision. Projecting Gay Brian onto everything now. Yeah, I'm curious to see how people turn against her, because if it's true that like he didn't leave any pots or pans, or like you could have left one fork, one knife, one spoon. You know what I mean? Like you could have done that, but no pots, no pans, nothing to cook with. That's like such a pain in the butt, but I guess, you know, you can eat out one night before you go spend like maybe $80 on a good set. If you want one, you know, and then you can have that for the rest of your life. You know, it's not the worst. But then he took the truck keys. That's where it's like, okay, you're an a-hole if you literally took her car keys. You don't just get to declare you get the car in a breakup, not even a divorce. There's no shared assets assumption here. So that's a dick move. Could he took my truck keys mean I can't find my keys? Okay, Mr. Buzzo, glad I read your comment. That's fair. But also, when you walk into a house that's been clearly, like, emptied, it's not, like, that far off to assume he may have taken them as well. You know what I mean? Like, what are the odds? Like, man, maybe all the rest of her furniture just went missing, too. Okay, now we get to the fridge. But you know what, though? You were on vacation. It's fine for the fridge to be empty while you're on vacation. It's probably for the best. He probably did you a favor clearing everything out from there, you know? This is not the worst of the crimes.
I mean, I guess I have lettuce. Who knows how long that's
like
been
good
there.
Lettuce too. You
have
got the
some
red
food,
hot.
but no way to cook anything. So
Yeah.
that's great.
This is a really cozy
This
place.
room, I don't know, the cats threw up on the floor or something, but he took everything from this room.
It's hard to tell what this room could have possibly really even been used for anyway, other than storage. Like, she's not making clear to us if he took anything of hers of value. It's not valuable, it's just very well seasoned.
Except the cat stuff.
The cats have their own room. They have a cat tower in every room. They love their cats. Well,
I mean, not
I don't
bad.
know, at least she does.
Okay.
She's got some cleaning supplies.
This room is just fully empty.
Wow.
Another
Took the
TV
bed,
missing.
Took the TV.
And then we have the bathroom.
So if that was the master bedroom, audio
Stuff.
only gang, she walks into what does appear to be the master
I mean,
bedroom.
not bad. Okay.
And there is literally nothing. Not a nightstand, not a air mattress, nothing. Now, again, even though she hasn't told us, like, but I bought that, meaning it's really hard to determine if what he took was just his and he just happened to supply most of the furnishings for this shared apartment or what. There's also a lot left out of, like, was he also on the lease? Because that's also a really shitty thing of you to do, to just, like, abandon someone with that, you know what I mean? But this also might, all of these things together, lead us to other different inferences, such as, like, how bad did things have to be that he wanted to give you such a middle finger? You know what I mean? Like, this is almost unheard of behavior. I mean, how many of you have ever done this? Like, literally had to, like, planned your escape in silence. Like, this is where I'm starting to see where people are switching out, because this is either someone who is so spiteful and is like, F you, in which case I want to know the backstory, or it's a person who literally had to plan their escape in silence, potentially out of fear of what would happen, which I also want to know the full story. So we'll finish the clean out video basically, and then we'll try our best to assess anything we can from the rest of her content.
This room is just fully empty.
Hi, Tibrarian.
Another TV missing.
Yeah, I'm noticing that, again, there's no, like, the TV that I bought is gone, or the TV that came with the apartment is gone. So, like, there's no declaration of possession, which it's like, it kind of is sounding like, well, did he just take the stuff he bought?
And then we have the bathroom. Oops. I mean, shower curtains. Like, okay.
He left everything beautiful. I will also say this. I don't want to allow the worst of men to in any way set a bar for good men. But I do want to point out the fact that, like, a lot of times when a video of a breakup and someone moving out goes viral, it's because the dude has punched several thousand holes in the wall, trashed everything, or just, like, left the place an absolute shit show. This guy has left it move-in ready. It was cleaned. Things were wiped down. The mirrors don't even have, like, flecks of toothpaste on them. Like, I gotta say, he may have abruptly ghosted your life, but he cleaned.
A mop.
That's the mop he just used, too.
Some cleaning supplies, I guess.
Yeah, all of her Bath and Body Works soaps still there. So, okay. This was all posted by a woman who goes by Seanna, who, wow, oh my gosh, I feel like she's exploded, because prior to this, she was, like, pretty much just an unknown, you know what I mean? At least not, like, just like a normie, not like an influencer, famous type, like, I create content for a purpose. She seemed to just be like a day-to-day vlogger, and luckily there's really not like a whole lot of videos. So we have enough to maybe get some more insight on what led to the situation, how we got here, what the relationship is even like, but not too much to where it's like, why did we just spend 3 hours on this random TikTok girls page, which we may have been guilty of doing in the past. Let's begin at the beginning.
Main.
All right. Sorry, just always have to do my like licensing check.
While in Alberta.
Okay, that's pretty badass, but not enough context for now.
In case you were wondering what it's like when you kick a freeloader out of a house and then you come.
Wait. Okay. This was just a couple months ago. This was posted in August of 2024. Let me see if I can move this over a little bit more for you guys. I'll try to share the likes and stuff too. Okay. I want to like match this house to the other one. This certainly is not nearly as clean as her man's left the last place. Let me tell you, not at all, not at all. Okay. Caption reads, opened the fridge 2 hours after a freeloader got evicted, and this is what I find. What?
To clean afterwards. You open up the fridge.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a different guy than the ex. So she kicks somebody out, and then whose place is this? This doesn't even look like the same house.
What you find.
That's disgusting.
How long has this been sitting? She only got kicked out like 2 hours ago.
I hope she's coming back. Like maybe she's got rental properties. Maybe. Gross.
A wise man once said, good.
Let me see. On screen, we're looking at trucks, and the text on screen reads, yeah, I might be a bitch, but at least my truck won't leave me.
A wise man once said, good cars get you from point A to point B. Great cars, well, they just get you into trouble.
Okay. So a lot of shots of like, oh yeah, she's one of those girl truck owners who has like the pink bumper sticker on the back that says, it's a girl's truck. I bet on the other side it says something like, surprised you got passed by a girl. Caption reads, who needs a guy when you have a truck? Top comments, we need a story time, girl. I'm convinced this is a troll account. You're so toxic, marry your truck. But then there's also like a lot of hearts and stuff too. Very like mixed reactions here. I will say initial thoughts. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a truck girl. I think trucks are great utilitarian vehicles. Honk honk, love them. But you guys know me. I get so annoyed by the personality type of like, I'm not a bitch, I just tell it like it is. Or worse, people who are actually proud to be a bitch and they're like, I'm just a bitch, get used to it. Like, I don't think it's cute. It's not very fun. And it's very different than like the playful asshole trope. Like, there's a difference between a bitch and an asshole. Does that make sense? Like, assholes are usually very fun, but bitches are not fun. And I mean that in multiple ways. Do with that what you will. You know what I'm saying? But okay, we're starting to piece some things together. Also, I like what Jack Pyro has to say here. Very intellectual and highly integrated comment. Jack says, hit that like button. It's free. Very big if true, honestly. Me and my truck have something in common. My truck slides on the street, and I slide into his DMs. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I was right. What did I say? I said, it's gonna say something on the other side. Can anybody read what this says? Can I zoom in? Is it possible? What does this say? Hold on. I'm gonna try to Let's something play. Oh man, hopefully we get a better one. Can anybody make out of that? Integrate that like button. Chaos Shadow or Chow Shadow. A lot of times the brutally honest can't handle brutal honesty. Tone, I know it. I am the epitome of that Powerpuff Girl meme where it's like my girl when she's yelling at me and it's Bubbles with like the fire behind her, and then it's like my girl when I yell at her even a little bit and it's like Bubbles crying. Like TJ doesn't yell at me, but no, that can be me sometimes. I do get it. Yeah, okay. Hopefully we find out what this says. I hope it's something like, you got passed by a girl, but it won't be. But I'm dying to know what it is. Okay, so now she's in like her flirty girl era. So far, I'm not going to attribute any malice to this video. You know what I mean? She might just be a truck girl with a crush on a guy. And she's like, ooh, I'm going to slide in his DMs, which like, more power to her. I always tell women, if you want it, go after it. Like, approach the men. Flirt, drop the handkerchief. I am all for women pursuing men. Let's go. Tired of failed relationships. Tired of never being good enough. It's always going to be you. Let's... Oh, I cannot read it. We're getting closer. Play dirty. Lash pretty, play dirty. I think something pretty, play dirty. But I was right. I knew that there was going to be another truck girl slogan on the side. I'm getting a little too good at calling these things. So we once again have a video of her truck. She should just become one of those like My Strange Addiction, I'm in love with a train girls. Honestly, like if she's so tired of relationships, like she should just fuck her truck, quite frankly. I think you're right. I think it's look pretty, play dirty. Okay, yeah, she's one of those girls. She's one of those cowgirls Morgan Wallen sings about. If you know, you know. I don't even know if it was worth hitting play. I think we just get a good... To be fair, she's got a great shot of the truck. It's good. She probably spent like at least 35 grand on this thing at the bare minimum. Maybe like 60. I don't know how much trucks cost. I'm so sorry. I buy used cars.
You do this every day?
Okay, so now, okay. I'm starting to see why people don't like her. Point one against her, that's gonna like kind of put her in pick me adjacent territory, okay? Being a truck girl. A lot of people would say that, pick me. Hold on. Look pretty, play dirty. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Much better eyes than me, Jack. But a lot of people consider like whenever girls become like car girls, they consider it pick me. I don't agree with this. I'm just saying I'm starting to understand why people are getting annoyed. Basically, anytime girls do things that are not expressly girl adjacent, people are like, you must be only doing that to impress guys. And it's like, even if you also are interested in men, that doesn't mean you're not also interested in cars or construction or video games or whatever, like not directly girl adjacent thing. You can tell I'm like really trying to go to bat for this girl, okay? I'm sure we'll figure out the exact point that really turned. But a lot of people are just, they hate her just based on the fact that he moved out so abruptly. It's one of those rare times where people are like, nah, men don't just do this. What did you do? Okay, so she's in like a construction outfit. She's got like her helmet on, her look at me vest, I don't know what they're called, like a highlighter vest. And the text on screen reads, yeah, I might be toxic, but at least I don't add truck guys. And then there's another picture, and then it says, oh, wait. Oh, so she's guilty of adding truck guys. So wait, okay. I'm starting to get, forget the helmet, forget the fact that we even like trucks. It's, right now I've seen our first contradiction, is we just watched this thing of, it's only going to be you, it's always going to be you, implying that there is like one person she has in mind, and yet here she is putting out there, presumably in the hopes that someone will see it, maybe that one person who it was always going to be, that she is adding a bunch of other guys who like trucks. So we playing games now. That's the way I'm looking at it. Like, that's what I'm seeing, is we are playing games with some man. Somebody's son is getting toyed with by this truck girl. Okay? Now, maybe he's the player. Maybe he's the player, but she's certainly playing back. She's certainly also playing. Okay, this is probably licensed, so we're going to have to shoosh that one. But now, it is always, okay, I think I've complained about this before, but it's so uncomfy to me when people post footage that they took with their ex after the breakup, especially when it's a post like about the breakup or about how sad they are about the breakup. Like, at least she censored it. I guess I will give her that. It's better than not censoring it. But it doesn't fully take away the cringe factor for me. I'm one of those people where if we break up, and I'm not saying you have to do this, this is just the way that I work. If we break up, I'm taking down all of the lovey-dovey photos that we have. I'm deleting your nudes, like anything sentimental, like I'm probably going to give it back to you. Like, it's not that I'm trying to forget absolutely everything, but I also see it as respectful going into your next relationship. Personally, I'm not saying you have to. I definitely respect and appreciate that there will always be things, certain things, ideally appropriate things, that you may keep as a keepsake of a strong relationship in your life. You know, like, I didn't meet my husband or my stepson until my stepson was 5, meaning there were years of a relationship with my stepson's mom before me. My husband didn't keep any romantic stuff, but he has the family photos of them that they took for the first couple of years together. And I would never tell him to delete or erase that. If my husband started taking footage of them from when they were like kissing and then censored out her face and started putting captions up about it, though, you bet your sweet ass I would get the ick. I don't even use that word, but I sure would get it all of a sudden. So that's what we have here, is she's posting a video of herself and some unnamed censored man. I also have to let you know, the caption reads LOL. So she's pretending that this is just a funny, silly thing that she's doing and not like attention-seeking cope, I guess. The text on screen reads, "I used to shine bright like gold." Maybe those are the lyrics to the licensed song that's playing. And then this, okay. And then they kiss, and now she's crying. See, don't, guys, this is one of those moments that we often have on this channel. And you know what I'm about to say. So if you know what I'm about to say it with me. We can't save these hoes. Only God can save these hoes. But we can learn from their experiences. Guys, don't do this. Don't do this. I understand that when we break up, sometimes we're down bad. Okay? Sometimes we're weak. Sometimes we give in to the breakup sex, even though we know they ain't shit and they don't deserve it. Sometimes we post really cringy song lyrics to our public Facebook post after we've already blocked them, hoping they like make an alt and see it, or like it gets passed along to them. We've all done like cringy things post breakup, but now that you're in this moment and you're able to see it from the outside looking in, I just want you to like marinate and reflect in that, and just remind yourself, if you're ever this down bad, don't make that video. Matt Morrissey, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. So I want to read some of these top comments. In the club, we all confused. So all of us just went down the same rabbit hole, huh? And hope bro is doing better. I don't know, going on vacation by yourself on holidays is crazy. I gotta piece together that, when was that video posted, actually? Let me double check the date on the original. So she came back December 26th. Okay. Yeah, I mean that there's a lot going on here. We all know that the holidays, Christmas in particular, is like divorce breakup city. I don't exactly know why, if it's the combination of seasonal depression and just the general stress of so many holidays packed into one, and the feral children being home from school or something, but massive things just tend to explode around that time. But okay, I want to be fair and charitable here. If you're going home during the holidays to visit family, I don't think anybody can hold that against you. That's the perfect time to go see your family. And if you're not like super, super serious in dating, or you haven't established how to share, split, and maneuver holidays by that point, it might make sense for you to do your own separate things. I don't want to judge too much on just that alone, but apparently clearly, people in the comments are finding it very suspicious and odd that she chose to go on vacation during the holidays without him. I you guys also know me. I've probably mentioned this before, but like I don't really feel comfortable taking vacations without my husband. I don't know. I'm a husband's woman, you know? I like having him around. It's not even like an insecurity thing of like, if I leave him alone, he's gonna cheat on me. It's not like he has any thoughts of like, if I leave her alone, she's gonna cheat on me. Like necessarily, it's just, I don't know, I want him to be there. And it's kind of like that's a really important part of relationships, right? Is general desire. And it's, yes, you need to have things by yourself, but if you're already spending the money on vacation, like wouldn't you, if your partner could be there, wouldn't you want them there? I don't know. This is me personally. I'm not interested in like week-long girls trips. Am I very interested in girl days? Yes, TJ even plans them for me, if you can believe it. Like TJ will literally have a group chat of my girlfriends just to surprise me with a girls day. Very cute stuff, but like I've never really understood why people need to like go on full out retreats without their husband. It's just like, I get why people find that suspicious, but it entirely depends on the person. You know, if I really wanted to do it and there was a good reason for me to do it, TJ would trust me. I don't think we want to do that with stuff without each other. That's just us. That's just us. Let's keep going down the rabbit hole. In the club, we all confused. Okay, so we have another selfie of her. Okay, licensed music. She says, some people dream of working. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. We're not even gonna get to the next part. Bitch, who? Who are these like omnipotent deities who dream of going into a 9 to 5, who just are like, man, as a young child, all I wanted to do was just labor away to fill someone else's pockets. Girl, who? Like, can we just marinate on that too? Like, I think this is just a colossally weird thing that women might actually be convincing themselves of is, and I want them to just pause. Are there a lot of men who take a great deal of pride and personal merit in their hard work and being able to provide? Absolutely. I would say most good men find a huge part of their identity tied to those things. But is that what they want to be doing? No, that's like saying, well, women want to clean the house. No, we do it because we have to. What are you talking about? So, like, yes, it's fair for a woman to desire a man who has strong, hard work ethic and principles revolving around that work ethic. Absolutely. But I wish more people in general understood that, like, that doesn't mean the men want to be doing that. They still want to sit down and eat a steak and watch like absolutely nothing that makes any money or is productive at all sometimes. Because I feel like if we did sit back and marinate on that a little bit more, we would be able to really meet our partner's needs more. And that goes for all of the genders, right? Like recognizing that your partner does things that they don't want to do. goes such a long way. Anyway, some people dream of working. I dream of being a stay-at-home mom with a big-ass truck. Which is that's a fine dream. That's a fine dream, but again, like, just understand, know the risks, okay? Because if you want to be a stay-at-home mom who doesn't work, but you treat people in ways that make them want to take all their shit and leave, you're gonna have to get a job. So, nothing wrong with wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, but make sure that you're treating your partner well if you do that. I also love Warren's comment. I have no desire for a truck like that. I love public transportation. Shout out to cities that actually can provide good public transit for their citizens, by the way. Like, snaps to the cities that provide transit. Can I also just take this moment? Clip this if you guys want. This is a strong opinion that I have. Can I just tell you guys, I'm extremely gay for maglev. Like, absolutely, like, on my knees, gay, big simp dick energy for maglev technology. Like, please, daddy maglev, like, can you, like, reign all over all of us? Please. I love maglev. It will change the world, and if we could all just get on board and stop fucking around, and we should have had fucking California to New York built 15 years ago, in my opinion. I will get tangential. Let me read the super chat. Matt Morrissey, thank you for another dono. She dreams of being a freeloader with a huge gas-guzzling truck that she doesn't pay for. Sign me up. I know, I've got to imagine there's, like, lines around the block for women like this, you know? That was mean. Okay, that was mean. There are men who want a woman who can appreciate a truck and who are good stay-at-home wives. There are men, like, there, I would say, that could fill around the block. Okay? Okay? It's just that we've already identified some loose screws in this one. Okay? We're up against auto industry lobbying. Yeah, are you guys Toyota? What is it? Are you guys Toyota days or Honda-thon? Okay. This one says, one final relationship left in me. If this one hurts me too, then it's me and my truck. I mean, it was always going to be you and your truck, girl. You're a truck girl. The truck girl lives and dies by the truck. Okay? You have to realize that in your heart. Okay? We all have to realize that. Whatever your truck is, you have to understand, you know, relationships come and go, but truck is life. The top comment, why are there so many truck videos? Well, I wish you and your truck the best. And damn, the timeline is wild around here. People are, like, desperately trying to piece together, like, what is going on? Here's my understanding of it so far, because we began at the beginning. I mean, we began at the move out, and then we went to the beginning. There was one guy she had in mind, and clearly things were not going well there because she felt the need to play upon any insecurities he may have and try to gauge his reaction by publicly posting that she was seeing other guys and, like, oh, you better watch out, this is your chance. But obviously that didn't work, but now maybe she is going to actually try dating one of these truck guys. Tell me if you guys interpreted anything differently, but that's my understanding of the timeline. I think I'm keeping up. I think I'm getting this. I think I had enough coffee. I got my pump in at the gym, and my brain cells are, like, for the most part, firing cylindrically. You know, there's been a few squirrel moments, but I think I'm piecing things together, okay? I'd love to see the monthly payments on that thing. Yeah, me and TJ have been looking into a truck, but I think he's steered away from it. Like, we did look into buying a truck for a while, and they're so fucking expensive for a good one, you know? And so we were, like, really trying to decide, but I think TJ just ultimately decided he still loves having a minivan. He's chosen to be a minivan dad, and truly I love that for him. I'm always going to be an SUV mom. I love a good SUV. I got the Ford Escape SE right now. Look, you know, let me tell you something else about moms. Every mom is either going to go with the Ford Escape SE or the Chevy Equinox. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me those are not the two most goated mom vehicles. Every MILF you know is either got the Ford Escape SE or the Equinox. No lies, no cap, okay? Chow Shadow / Chaos Shadow, I still don't know. Tell me in your next one. Look at me generously assuming that I will get a next one. Better fix my attitude. I had to tell an ex once that I don't want to be just the guy who works. Sometimes I want to come home to her dressed in every piece of clothing she could find and challenge me to strip Mario Kart. I love that for you in so many different ways, because what that means is that you're a person who's not afraid to ask for exactly what you want. And I think that everybody listening should learn from that. I don't think that there is anything wrong with telling people exactly what you want. I think that's one huge part of general woman culture that we're getting wrong, is this constant thing of, I shouldn't have to ask. They should just know. Yes, men, you should be slowly learning to anticipate certain wants and needs. You should know generally how your partner likes things and what they like and don't like. However, you're going to find way more success in life if you throw away the whole I'm not going to ask and embrace I'm literally going to ask for every single thing that I want and speak my opinion on everything. Like my husband, there are no mysteries. If I'm mad at him, he knows that I'm mad at him. He knows exactly why I'm mad at him. And I'll even tell him like what I would like to fix the problem. I've even told my husband directly how I like to be comforted. I've had to tell him sometimes when I'm super angry at you, I understand that the most terrifying thought in the world is coming near me, but I actually just need a hug. And if you just hug me, I'll probably instantly start crying instead of being mad at you. A cheat sheet there for you. It helps you. It helps me. It helps our whole marriage. Communication. Go figure, huh? Novel concept. Novel concept. I love Lord Nighty Me. Probably way too late, but it says look pretty, play dirty. You're so fucking late, and yet I love you. I love you so much. Okay. Okay. Also, it's chaos. Pretty sure I needed 2 S's. I don't know, though. Now that I know, like, I've been saying Chaos Shadow. So my gut instinct was right. Another lesson learned. Trust the gut, folks. All right, another one with trucks that says, because in the end, it's all about who you want to own trucks with. I mean, it's kind of toxic that just her entire personality is trucks. I don't even know truck guys this bad. Never mind the trucks. Is that a trailer with a room edition? See, she'll find her people, though. I chose to stay when I had every reason to leave. Don't ever question my love for you. All right, now the timeline's getting a little confusing again, because this feels like really deep for someone she just started dating. I'm watching pancakes while watching you. What did I miss? Oh, we're just psychoanalyzing a truck girl whose boyfriend completely ghosted her and moved out, leaving pretty much absolutely nothing behind, and trying to figure out maybe why that happened. So far, our best guesses are that she seems to be a bit flip-floppy, like very highs and lows here. Plays a lot of games, but then doesn't understand why people are having a hard time committing to her, it seems. So this is also like weirdly toxic too. I chose to stay when I had every reason to leave. Don't ever question my love for you. What in the Twilight hell? What in the Colleen Hoover did I just fucking read? Why is it that like so many women romanticize toxic relationships? Like this is giving very, it ends with us, like, oh, you might do all these horrible things, but I'm loyal to you, and that's what true love is. Like, if he's a shitty guy, go for a ride in your truck. Away from him. Just drive away into the sunset. What you mean? I'm questioning your love for him. Like, why are you committing to that? Why are you investing in that love? What? Come on, girl. Top comments. Starting these videos from oldest to newest was a wild ride, indeed. Well, good to see everyone. And I got nosy. Hi, other nosy people. Samantha, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Samantha says, leaving with no warning sounds like the guy felt in danger. Everyone who I've ever known who has like planned their escape during a pocket, like a window pocket of time that they knew the person was gone, like it was bad. This is, or they found out that they cheated. I've also seen people do this when the other person cheated. And again, like I said, it's either a few or it's a, I feel like I'm in danger, and either or I want to know, like, what did you do? Been about you since I met you. I want you. I want us. I want it all with you and only you. Okay, I feel like she cheated. know I switched up real quick, but something about the vibes now, once it like came out of my mouth, once I said, you know, people do this when someone cheats, that's when things are starting to click with us, because this is also behavior of a cheater. They immediately start love bombing after the fact, right? Don't they just? And it's, we also just saw the thing of like adding all these truck guys. Did you ever unadd them after you got into a relationship? Not trying to be controlling and say that that's mandatory, that once you start dating someone, you have to immediately delete and block everyone you've ever talked to romantically. But like, again, this is just something that I personally do. And like, you can choose to emulate the way I do things or not. I will not judge you. I completely respect that people do things differently than me and have different boundaries and different things that they respect and build their foundations off of. But like, I don't know, like, it's like, personally, I just think that it's the respectful thing to do to put distance between yourself and anybody that you were romantically bonding with when you start getting serious about someone. Personally, you don't need to have orbiters. One of the top comments, baby, I feel like I'm at Six Flags because this is a roller coaster. This truck is getting a lot of mileage, okay? It says, and suddenly I didn't know whether to walk away from the love I've always wanted or stick through the rough times. Now, these are all being posted throughout the entire month of December. All of this, like, vague booking, I believe the kids are calling it. Yeah, this is just a month of toxicity, and it's my understanding that she just started seeing this guy. So I'm getting monkey climber energy. Or monkey branching, that's the one. I'm getting monkey branching energy to where, like, she just goes from bad relationship to bad relationship without stopping and asking herself, who is Seanna outside of dick and truck? We gotta, like, I just want to hold her hand and ask her that question. Small town Berta is calling my name again. Again, she's from Alberta. Okay. She's got the truck dirty. She's a farm girl. Look how muddy she got. Oh, and then she's with a guy. She's with a guy. Okay. She's going trucking with a truck boy. Okay. So at this time, on December 18th, she still had a man in her life. Let's see what changes. Alberta, the Texas of Canada. That is funny. We got another truck, ladies and gentlemen. And it says, quote unquote, just find a new man. Sienna, no one is telling you that. No one is telling you that. We're actually, just stop with men. Just stop. Just take a break. Do you guys know it's okay to be single? Especially between relationships. Did you guys know that? It's okay. You'll be all right. Even when you get in a relationship, there will be times that you're going to have to be alone and you're going to have to be okay with it. And god damn it, if you can learn to enjoy it, you will just be the best version of yourself. You don't always have to find a new person immediately. Top comments. I see we are all here from the move out. He said if you won't leave, then I will. And this is insane lore. Let's see if there's anything else in this video or if it's whoop, just truck. Oh, okay. There's more text. No, I knew what I was signing up for when I wanted to stay. Your girl and your dogs will be waiting for you to come home. Okay, so he took the dogs. There were dogs. They're his again. I love you, and that means it's going to be us in the end, no matter how tough it gets. Narrator voice. That is not, in fact, how this ended. Oh, we've got a new truck. Oh, shit. New truck alert. New truck alert. Sound the alarms. There is a blue truck. The Sonic of the trucks has appeared. A new special interest. My autistic flares are sounding. Every one of the truck special interests, we've got a new one, baby. Me, move on. I stayed in a loveless relationship for 2 years. I ain't going anywhere. That's not a flex. Oh no, ma'am. Oh. Therapy. That's, I don't want to just sweep it all under the therapy rug, but that's what you should do. Okay. If you stayed in a loveless relationship for 2 years, you clearly learned fucking nothing from it. Or what you learned from it is, this is my resume for how much I'll deal with, for how loyal I am. She sees that as a good thing. Like, she's using that on her relationship resume. Like, come on, guys. No, I'm a good one. I like boy things and I'll tolerate anything. You can do anything to me and I'll stay. I will. Girlfriend. Zachary Clark, thank you so much for the $1.99. Says no man here. The truck got tired of her and left. I hate that truck. Okay, so even the truck guys don't like Sonic Chew over here. No, this isn't a good thing that you're willing to stay in a loveless relationship. Like, it's like she's trying to tell a guy, like, this is the best part about me. You don't even have to love me and I'll stay. That doesn't do to men what you think it does to them. Like, are there some narcissists who might take advantage of that? Like, sure, but unfortunately it sounds as though this guy has self-respect and even enough respect for you to not let you do that. It's like when you break up with someone after you cheated because they won't break up with you. Like, shouldn't have had to do that, but okay. Let's see. Is it licensed music or is it actually her talking? It's licensed music. Okay, but it is her, and she's saying, deciding to give the younger guy a chance, expecting to get hurt. It's so interesting, like, the contradictions in that entire sentence. Like, are you giving him a chance, implying that, like, you're the one out of his league? Or are you expecting to get hurt, implying that he's out of your league? Like, we're not very intellectually consistent in the club. So how does it turn around? Genuine happiness. Okay. So by December 22nd, she is like, things are really rough, but like, this is the happiest I've ever been. This comment reads, this aged like a bag of milk in the summer sun. And another says, he even took the toothbrush. You know, that's funny. I didn't notice that the first go around, but there were no toothbrushes left. I mean, to be fair, I'm imagining she took hers with her on vacation. So he's like, you're fine. Oop. Sorry. Nolly needs someone to take rollers. What does this truck speak? Can Can a true truck bro or truck gal translate this one for me? This one says, trying to see what piece of the puzzle this video would fit. God, we're all in this together, aren't we? You win. No more games. No more roster. Time to settle down and show you I want a serious relationship full of love and loyalty. Girl, it's been a full month. You were supposed to have gotten rid of that. Why did you still have a roster? It's been one full month of, if you are not talking about completely separate people, you pledging your allegiance and loyalty. And why did he have to win? Was he like begging this whole time for this to be the case? And now you're finally agreeing to do the thing that you keep bragging that you're gonna do? Why did you? Here's the thing too. I don't think people realize this. Men, women, any gender, even if you're single, having a roster is cringe. I'm gonna say that again so that it really sinks in. There's not a cute time to be a person who brags about having a roster. You can be poly, you can be single, you can be a pansexual heathen from Satan's hell chambers itself. Other people will still find it cringe if you're the type of person who brags about having a roster. It's even okay to go on multiple different dates throughout 1 week. Yeah, that's even okay. You're allowed to have variety in the people you choose to date, as long as you're not like sleeping around everywhere and spreading stuff without getting yourself checked, right? That's actually okay. But as soon as you start bragging about how many people you can pull or how many people you have on rotation, that's not cute in any culture. It's gross to be objectifying people as if they're like Pokemon cards that you're collecting. It's gross and weird behavior, and yeah, I'm starting to get it now. a lot of dots just got connected. Hold on. I choked on my own spit, but I didn't want to hear you guys to hear me coughing. Hold on, I wanted to read this comment from Dumatius. Bragging, sure, but if being single and having a roster is cringe, then I do not want to be based. Hopefully what I said, though, also coalesces with your thought. You know, like I said, it's fine to have a variety while you date. It's one of the quickest way to speed run finding the person you actually want to be with. You know what I mean? Bragging about it? Meh. Gross. I thought it takes 6 months to accurately test. You might be right about that, actually. Look, it's been 10 years, okay? Like, over 10 years since I have had any other dick besides my husband's. So, I mean, I still take my, like, annual, you know what I mean? But, like, I'm not out here having a test between partners. Sorry to flex on y'all. I got Chad widowed and have been good ever since. And you'll never guess what's pictured on screen, audio only people. But if you did guess truck, nailed it. Relationships scare me. What if we never break up? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Top comment. He said, bet. Bro didn't leave, bro ran. It's like reading the back of the book and then actually reading the story. It literally tells itself. Is that how you guys feel? Is there anybody in my chat right now who is still like Team Seanna, who's like, I don't know, I think that she's just a truck girl who maybe loved a little bit more than she was loved and just has a big heart? Or are you guys like, this bitch toxic? What do you guys think? I'm curious. Not cheating has its perks, who knew? Certainly not Chelsea. All right, we've got another truck. Christmas Eve, and the only thing getting stuffed is the stockings. Wow. Caption says long distance. Okay, this is like... I'm getting a lot of different reads off of this, and it might sound a little bit psychoanalytical from me, but hear me out, okay? Okay, I'm not the only one who's thinking it. Okay, so my first thought here is earlier when I brought up the potential that maybe she is a cheater or is at least acting very sus or lewd with other men while in a relationship. One thing, too, is a lot of cheaters will often like hyper project. So like you might hear something like when a girl asks a guy like, "Hey, who's that girl who texted you?" and he's immediately like, "What the hell? It's not like I'm cheating on you. Like, why would you bring that up?" You know what I'm saying? And so she's on this trip and she's putting out there to the public this message of like, "I'm not getting fucked. Look at me, I'm not getting fucked right now." And this could be for numerous reasons. This could be because she actually is absolutely getting raw dogged to sin by some Chad out there in these mountains, maybe. Or it could be like maybe he is super insecure and she thinks this will help. But top comment is she 100% had an OF. At this point, that is a fair theory in this puzzle and roller coaster and dragon claw situation. Like, that is extremely possible, honestly. It would not surprise me if all of the OF was truck content. That truck has a bed in the back, bet. So here's another thing too. This was posted on Christmas Eve. She comes back from her vacation the day after Christmas, so the 26th. So this looks to be like her on the road. It's also weird saying long distance. Like when I'm on vacation, if I'm away from my husband, I don't typically refer to it as a long distance relationship. Like I am coming home, but I guess she's driving for a long time now. Here's another thing to note. That truck's not going to be fitting a great deal of people, right? She's probably traveling by herself. That's just also really weird because now I'm starting to wonder if like he wanted her to go for many reasons. Like a lot of guys wouldn't want their girl to do a whole trip by herself just for safety purposes. And so if I'm a guy and I'm like, "Hey, how about you let me come with you?" and you say no, I'm side-eyeing the fuck out of you. Okay? This one was pretty popular though. A lot of people like who were also like incels on Christmas Eve are like same. Wait a minute. Hold on. So this says, "I added a guy because I liked his truck and now I'm moving into his house. So let this be your sign." Okay, so this is confusing. So you're about to move into his house. Why would he even leave the house at that point? This is where it's getting really confusing. I'm like, wait a minute. So was this all like an elaborate plan where he was like, "Yeah, you can move into my place, sign this lease," and then he just like escapes so that she has to pay it? Like, what is this, like realty entrapment? I don't understand what's happening here. This only got more confusing. But now I'm confused because top comment here says we all collectively said, "Oh, yep, makes sense." No, it doesn't. Someone else says he didn't suddenly move out then. Someone else said he saw this and said nope. So some people are speculating that was going to be the plan, but then when he started seeing all the weird shit posts she makes, he was like, "This was a bad idea. Abort." Or yeah, he might have found out, you know, maybe she did cheat on this vacation. I don't know. And then we're here. Now, there's more. I also want to read some of the comments here. Someone else said, "He cleaned and fixed things before he left. Sounds like he took his stuff calmly. I want to hear Sean's side of the story." Wait. Maybe they're just assuming the person's name Sean because of her username, because her name is like Seanna or something. I don't know if the guy's name is Sean. That would be super weird, though, if their names were Sean and Sienna and those like spelled the same way, but shit happens. Another person says solo vacation was proof enough. Again, not for me, but that's what the top comments are. And looks like I'm taking everything I bought and I'm out situation. Okay. So let's look at some of her newer stuff since then. This says, in quotes, change your bio. Oh, and she's got a brand... Oh! And she has a new tattoo with a D. Okay, so this is terrifying no matter what, I fear. No, I can't say no matter what. Maybe she's been planning on getting this forever. But typically, I don't see people get an initial with a heart for someone they're not romantically bound to. So she either got a tattoo of this man's initial after he moved out as potentially like a win him back move, which like, oh no, or she's like already getting some new guy's initial. Things are definitely starting to make sense at an alarming rate. I think the change your bio refers to... What was her bio? So all her bio seems to say is D, Alberta. So I'm wondering if it like used to say something else and now it says D, which like that's very fast. Okay. Okay, so now we finally get a story time. We're out of licensed music hell. Audio only people, don't worry, we're gonna get to hear her side of it, and it's just her face. You don't really need to look.
So I'm not going to do a story time, but I'll just clarify some details for you guys so that there's less confusion. So basically, the ex that moved out, him and I broke up literally 7 months ago. We just continued to live together because we were both on the lease and neither of us wanted to leave. So no, I did not go on vacation without my spouse, or I did not go on vacation.
Hold on.
So I'm not going to do a story
gotta hear
time,
this
but
again.
I'll just clarify some details for you guys so that there's less confusion. So basically, the ex that moved out, him and I broke up literally 7 months ago.
So the guy who moved out, they've been broken up for 7 months. I was just about to say, y'all already beat me in the comments. Officially insane. 7 months is a long time to live with an ex. I was just about to say, I don't know if any of you have ever lived with an ex. Fortunately, I never have. TJ is the first of my romantic partners I ever actually moved in with, and the last. So I don't know what that's like, but from everyone I've heard from, and even if I never heard of anybody who'd done it, I could at least infer it's gotta be fucking hell on earth. Like, that's gotta be the worst.
We just continued to live together because we were both on the lease and neither of us wanted to leave. So no, I did not go on vacation without my spouse, or I did not go on vacation to cheat. Nothing like that. I literally went on vacation to visit my family. My ex and I were already broken up. I did know he was moving out, but he was supposed to be moving out after I had gotten back. He just...
Wow. Okay. So for a lot of things, I was right and I was wrong. So I was right that, you know, fairly innocent behavior to go visit her family. You know, very routine trip. Nothing to freak out over. But you've been broken up with this dude for 7 months and you knew he was going to move out. Why did we then pretend that this was like a big shocker? Now, on to the fact that this means that you've been talking about a completely different person this whole time. Would you guys bet money on the fact that she and her ex that she's been living with have absolutely porked behind her man's back? How much would you guys bet on that? I wouldn't bet like an insane amount, but I would bet a lot of money. I would safely bet if I could make a deal with like some of the gods where they're like, yeah, like bet into the system and like we know the omnipotent truth of whether or not it happened because we'd never be able to prove it, right? Like I would definitely bet a good few hundy for sure. Yeah, I'm with you, gamer daddy. I think I could safely throw down like $500,000 on that bet at this point. Knowing what I know, what very little I know, I'm not even much of a gambling woman. I only gamble when I feel real good about it. I'd gamble though. I'd play ball.
Decided to move out early. So no, cheating was not the reason for the breakup. We broke up because I'm kind of toxic.
Oh, well, shit. Okay, I guess we can all go home, everybody. There it is. Mystery solved. It's not very often that they just come right out and say it, but points for self-awareness. All right.
I'm kind of controlling. So no, I'm not a landlord. The video from a few months ago of the freeloader was at a buddy's house that I helped clean. And then in response to all of the other videos on my TikTok, I did meet a new guy through TikTok, but that's not the reason why we broke up again. So yes, there is a new guy, and yes, I am going to be moving into his house. And then for everyone that's been either messaging or commenting saying,
okay, so I'm getting it now. I get exactly what happened. I bet you she did not even tell her ex that she was planning on moving out. I don't think they discussed the lease at all. I think this became a race for who could get the fuck out of there and stick the other person with the remaining lease, right? Because we don't know anything about when the lease expires. I doubt that it just was conveniently going to end this month anyway. But it's like, I'm wondering if like the plan all along was he's like, okay, I'm eventually going to move out. But if you need me to wait until you get back from vacation, like I can do that to make it easier for you since you're going to still be living here. And then he sees her post to TikTok, like moving in with a new guy. And he's like, you were going to leave me with this apartment. Like you were about to stick me with this lease. You were about to fuck me over. Nope, I'm fucking you over. But it's not even fucking her over because that was the plan all along. So I don't even know why she's upset. Maybe she'll explain more.
take the D out of your bio, or is the D for your truck? No, the D is not for the Denali. The tattoo, the D was not for the Denali. The D is solely because...
Okay, they broke up 7 months ago. 7. Meaning, even if she started dating Dayton the day after they break up, which again, what in the fucking monkey branching? Don't. No. Bad. Like, gotta use the no bottle on you for that. No. That's still about half a year. Okay. We can't save these hoes. Only God can save these hoes. But we can learn from them. Guys, don't get anyone's name tattooed after 6 months of knowing them. I won't like come after you if you do. It's your body, your choice, but why would that be necessary? What are you trying to prove? That's not your husband. That's not your wife. That's not you haven't even seen all 4 seasons with that person yet. Have you seen them when they're sick? Have you seen them when they're wasted? Have you seen them at their absolute worst? Have you met their family even? Like 6 months is like, it's a long time, and it's also very not at the same amount of time. Like it's a long time for a lot of things. It would be a long time to like hold your breath, for example. But like not long enough to decide that their initial should be permanently tattooed on your body. Like you're not even going to exchange vows first before you do all that. This is prison behavior, ma'am. Girthy, she seems down enough to date me. Just kidding, I don't stick my dick in crazy. We gotta have some self-deprecation as a treat. So, oh my god, Barbecue for the win. Thank you for another super chat. So I was right. Also, here, go buy TJ some new D&D dice and your nose stuff, I suppose. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm super grateful for any super chats this month, because next month I'm going to be out, not going to be able to live stream for like probably 2 straight weeks. I'm getting my deviated septum fixed. This is not a nose job. This is a medically necessary septumplasty so that I can breathe out of more than 10% of my right nostril. Also getting a turbinate reduction. So it might change my voice, fun things, but yeah, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna actually have to relax my body, which those of you who know me know that's really hard. Me and relaxing don't exactly go hand in hand. I'm kind of like a Energizer bunny on steroids. Like, I just don't stop. But I have to, so I can breathe. And then I'm gonna break it again doing jujitsu watch. Anyway. Oh wait, we didn't finish this. I'm so sorry.
I'm not gonna do a story time, but I'll just
the guy's name is
clarify some
Dayton.
details
That's where
for
we
you guys
were.
so that we're already broken up. I did know he was moving out, but he was supposed to be moving out after I had gotten back. He just decided to move out early. So no, cheating was not the reason for the breakup. We broke up because I'm kind of toxic. I'm kind of controlling. So no, I'm not a landlord. The video from a few months ago of the freeloader was at a buddy's house that I helped clean. And then in response to all of the other videos on my TikTok,
sorry, we're rewatching all this.
I did meet a new guy through TikTok, but that's not the reason why we broke up again. So yes, there is a new guy. And
so the new guy is who she's long distance with. This is okay. This is really interesting. Now I'm starting to wonder about a lot of other things. This is just me purely speculating. Okay, I'm now going down a conspiracy rabbit hole in my head. But I already said, like, what are the odds she's not still occasionally banging her ex who she still lives with? You know, like, again, we only saw one bedroom. There wasn't another bed. There wasn't another place for her to have slept separately. Dude, oh my god, yeah, why did that not connect until now? There was only one bedroom. There was only one bed. Unless, like, she was sleeping on the couch or something, but I highly doubt it. Dude, they were literally sleeping together this whole time she's been talking to this other guy. Then she claimed it was a family trip, but she was really going to meet him and go bang him, and that was his final straw. My speculation, my theory. But am I too wrong here? Okay. Cootie Jarnack, I know someone who streamed with a deviated septum surgery after a few days of rest. They just couldn't go for more than like an hour or two. Did they have the splints in? Or the stints rather? Because I'm gonna have the stints in my nose for like a week. That's not gonna be cute. I should do a live stream with the stints in though. You guys would still love me. Question, you said TJ could you bring TJ on to give some tips? Sorry, he's at work. I'm sorry. I always let you guys know when he is home and when you guys are able to use your TJ cards, but he's working all week. He's been actually like kind of busting his ass this week. So yeah, no TJ, I so sorry. I would so watch a stream with the Stinson. It'll be a brief one, but all right, I'll do it. It could be funny.
yes, I am going to be moving into his house. And then for everyone that's been either messaging or commenting saying take the D out of your bio or is the D for your truck, no, the D is not for the Denali. The tattoo, the D was not for the Denali. The D is solely because the new guy's name is Dayton, so it starts with a D. And that is the one and only time that I will announce the relationship on here.
That's the one and only time you will announce the relationship on here? First of all, why do you not want to talk about your relationship? That's weird. You just would rather vague post about it? What? New guy, run. I don't even know you, however, I already want to move out. Initials and moving in. Whoa. Yeah, that's another thing is like, I also feel like 6 months of knowing someone is still probably too soon to move in with them. Honestly, like these are huge commitments. And it's especially like, wouldn't you want to be a little bit more careful after just going through that with your ex? What? Do we got anything new here? Okay, update on the cats. So for everybody in the Don't F with Cats camp, we want to know how the cats are doing.
That's for everyone asking. So basically, the day that I made that video, like I went into the house, they didn't have food or water, but I assume that the ex like did feed them at some point. Like I don't know the situation, but when I did give them water, they drank a lot of it. And for everyone asking,
Okay. So, I don't know the situation here. I don't know for how long he left the cats alone. Cats are pretty independent creatures. Like, if you have one of those, like, self-dispensing water bowls or food bowls, you can even leave cats alone for, like, a whole weekend and it's chill. You know what I mean? Like, they can actually go alone for a pretty decent amount of time. I don't know if I noticed if they had the self-dispensing water dishes or if there was, like, she says there was nothing, though, for them. I don't know what time of day she got home. It could be that he was expecting her home by the morning and maybe she didn't come home until that night or even like the next day. The big risk, though, I would say dick move on the ex's part, to leave the cats without food and water, not knowing for sure when she would be home. That part does kind of suck. That would be the only way that he could have like really put the cherry on top and gotten off without any slap on the wrist from me, is if he would have made sure that the cats would not have gone without food or water for at least a couple of days. Like, especially knowing how like flaky and unreliable this woman is. I will say, X, if you're listening, bad, you could have done that better because we don't fuck with cats around here, okay? I understand that they're not even your cats, okay? But should have looked out. All right. It's the only thing. He doesn't get off completely scot-free for that one. Oh, Jesus Christ! They're just hitting all of the, like, love bombing way too early on to be doing this in any kind of fucking relationship. Bingo card here. We got the tattoo of the initial, the moving in, and now we have a puppy 7 months out from another long-term relationship. She said she was with that guy for what, 2 years? And we're already doing all of this? Now, okay, devil's avocado, let's reel it back. They say, when you know, you know. How many women have we heard from who they're like, I was with this guy for 10 years and I never got a ring, and within 3 months of meeting the next woman he dated, he proposed to her. You know what I mean? There's a lot to be said for the fact that, like, you know, sometimes you can learn so much from your previous relationships about exactly what you do want, and then it becomes almost easier to find or recognize at that point. There's a lot to be said for that, right? Based on the fact that she's like literally still saying that the relationship ended because of her own toxic and controlling behavior. I don't know if that's enough time to really work through that to a point where you can like confidently say this is going to be a healthy relationship. I'm just like, I don't know about this. Michael McIntyre says, cat tax, kitties need love. Yeah, I probably have to change out my Canon battery here in a second. So once we get all caught up with this, I'll take a quick break to grab a snack, grab a cat, grab a new battery for my camera. Does this say anything else? There's 2 puppies, though? 2? What mental disorder is this? Like, okay, maybe the other one was just nope, they got 2. They got 2 puppies. Can you guys slow the fuck down? All the comments are like, where are the cats? Where are the cats? Oh my god. Choosing peace comes with a lot of goodbyes. Almost seems like you're grieving the loss of your ex who you shared a bed with this entire time that you were dating Dayton. That's what it kind of sounds like that to me. Anybody else picking up on this? She actually responds to this one comment. Someone says, is Dayton okay? And she said, yeah, Dayton and I are good. Someone else said, rest in peace, Dayton. She says, respectfully, Dayton ruined his own life. Oh boy. Okay. What's that old creaky shitbox gas guzzler cost to fill up? Half a paycheck? She said too much, 150. Jesus Christ. Using guys for trucks, that's messed up. She said, notice how I always post the same truck? Yeah, because the Denali is mine. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, women can own their own cars too. I will at least recognize she's not dating him for his truck. She's dating him for the immediate dopamine hit that she cannot seem to last an hour without in her life. Chaos Shadow, cat tax every cent for that smug wound face. We will get the cat tax, I promise. We just got a couple more videos to get through. Men be like, I want you, yeah, this week. Oh no, Trouble in Paradise already? Uh-oh, Reese says in the comments, update, how y'all doing with each other in the move? She says, I'd get in trouble if I updated on that one. So you're still talking. Anyone else get anything else out of that? Sounds like you're still talking to your ex. Y'all should be 100% over. You done had him moved out, moved in with a new man, got a puppy with a new man, got a tattoo with a new man. Why are you still talking to your ex? And you're controlling? You know what that's usually a sign of, right? You know the guilty dog barks the loudest, right? Someone else says, you guys broke up? Didn't see that one coming. She says, no, LOL, we're good. I think she's referring to her ex. I think this entire post is like not so passive aggressively referring to her ex. She was fucking her ex while with Dayton, in my opinion. Cash Shadow says, also a good first workout. I'm beat. Yeah, me too, dude. My legs are so cooked. Stalking my repost is wild. This new man ain't loyal. Of course I'm still obsessed with my ex. Wait, what? Wow, okay, that's crazy and out of left field. What are the reposts? What are the reposts? I forced myself to get blackout drunk over someone who didn't give two shits about me. What are these? Just cut off a student. Okay, so she's... This one's Dylan. 6'7". Okay, I'm just trying to see if she's like reposting anyone in particular. I don't think there's anything worse than coming to the realization you just wasted your time giving a full heart to an empty situation. I love older men. That's my effing problem. Am I really that bad? And she's posting all of this after he moved out. Run my name so far in the dirt if you want, but when you lay down at night, you and me both know why we aren't together. If my current partner, who I had just helped move into my home, got a tattoo of my name, and got 2 puppies for, was reposting this shit after the ex that she just shared a bed with this entire time moved out, nah, those puppies are going to the pound. I'm kidding. That we would graciously rehome the puppies, but bro is so cooked. Dayton is cooked AF, dude. Oh my god. Top comments read, I'm convinced none of this is real. Honestly, at this point, fair. Like, she might just be rage baiting all of us. You legit got his initial tattoo, though. Oh my god. Honestly, keep me posted, and best satire ever for real. I'm not finding OP in the comments here. This was 6 days ago. To be honest, we're both toxic. Of course I stay. 2 negatives make a positive. Do they deserve each other at this point? I don't know what to think, because, like, I don't know, man. I don't like to victim blame, but if Dayton can see these and can see her posting these and himself chooses to stay, while also maybe not being loyal, like, it does sound like they're one and the same. Like, just diving headfirst into really toxic decisions, cheating on each other. Then yeah, this is partially his fault. Yeah, everything she said about, like, he ruined his own life by dating me. Yeah, if you see these signs and you choose to stay, a little bit of that is on you. quite frankly. They should join the other woman. She honestly, Seanna is the exact type of woman that I would expect to find in the other woman community. 100%. I can see it now, her being like, so I just got out of my truck. You guys know I love truck. And I'm horrified to say that my ex, who I've been having an affair with while dating a new guy, he abruptly moved out. I'm so heartbroken. All of them just being like, oh my God, I'm so shocked. I can't believe he would do that. I really thought that this would just keep working out for you, but I hope you don't feel any shame or guilt because you deserve to be validated. Maybe Dayton just wanted a good time for a short time. Getting 2 puppies and having her move in with you is not exactly short time material. He's not exactly good at this whole good time for a short time thing, is he? Licensed music? Yes. The devil couldn't reach me, so he sent me a karmic relationship and everything I wanted in a person that was destined to end from the start. Top comments. Let's hear his side of the story. I swear some women will play victim till the end. I believe hell will be full of women. Okay, that was a little misogynistic at the end. You had me in the first half when you said, I swear some women do this. Big if true. But assuming that there will be more women in hell than men is a little misogynistic. We all pretty bad out here in the club. Next top comment says, here we go. And then, you will be fine, sis. Do good next time. It's asking for a lot, though. Play hard to get in the beginning to learn their real intentions with you. Is this what we're now learning? I don't think you played very hard to get when you immediately jumped into this man's home and tattooed his name on your arm. That was not very hard to get of you, ma'am. That was, that was easy mode plans. That's like the video game option I choose for my 7-year-old. That one. What you mean hard to get? This top comment, that's it. She officially went doo-doo. Time to get back in the gym so my ass looks great posting on this one man's truck this summer for my PFP. Yeah, you're so hard to get. You're literally already about to dump your ass onto another man's truck. This sure is hard to get. Wow, she's even responding to the people here. This guy simply put an emoji, and she responds, I hear you have a pretty looking truck and some pretty blue eyes. Thirsty women exist. I need some pictures on my red Duramax. She said, Snap is always open for truck pics. She has one. Confirmed she has one. I'm not going to go find it, but this is exactly what a bitch fishing for new OF subs would post, dude. We all got played. I'm sorry. We all got played together. That's the end. That's all I had to be here. Fell for him when I wasn't even looking because he taught me that you have always consistently been looking. You have nonstop been looking for truck dick. That it is always on your mind. You wear truck dick goggles and you never take them off. You sleep in them. You wake up drooling for truck dick in your mouth. Like you live and breathe truck dick. No one believes you when you say you weren't looking. Even when you're not supposed to be looking. You are on high alert. Okay, you are posted up. I need a girl this down bad for me. The snap is open. Snap's open, Girthy. It looks pretty. It plays dirty, Raven. Oh my God. When I wasn't looking, he caught me. There are men out there who genuinely put interest in you and aren't playing games. There are, but they don't want to touch girls who do play games. Ain't that some shit? That girl in the Toyota just asked for his number. What are you gonna do? IDK. Laugh. Wait, honey, no. You don't think men choose girls off of what cars they drive, do you? That's about as silly as thinking they choose women off of what kind of job they have, as long as it's, not OnlyFans, of course. Like, that's like saying that, oh, men choose women based off of whether or not they earn 6 figures or not. What do you mean? No, a man is never going to choose the woman with the better truck over the woman who he actually likes. That in no timeline. I will literally like be shocked and appalled if I ever hear of such a actual situation. Oh, so she's a pick me. So she's a truck pick me. I love this comment. I want to be friend, please. All right. I love older men. That's my effing problem. And now she's just actually posting the things that she used to repost. But as of to this day, her bio still says D. So, I mean, here's where you can add her on Snapchat if any of you guys feel like ruining your lives. You can speed run it right here. But apparently she's still with D, so you might need to worry about some guy with a truck pulling up on you. Okay, you might need to worry about that. Okay, I'm gonna change my camera battery real quick. I think that's about all there is to know on profile pickless Seanna, the truck girl. If any of you guys get the tea from her Snapchat and confirm or deny if she sells stuff on there, I that would put to bed at least one of my conspiracy theories. But wow, I think we did it. A lot of times we open up a rabbit hole on this channel and we're never able to like completely dive through to the end. This time, I think we can all sleep at night. I think we can all rest our eyes soundly knowing that we're pretty sure we know what happened. You know what I mean? I think we're all kind of on the same page here. Like, yeah, we get why he moved out. And honestly, leaving it as clean as he did was doing extra work, quite frankly. More than she probably deserved. Okay? I love Vate3223 says, I will report back. Thank you for doing the Lord's work for us. I hope we've all learned a lot of valuable lessons from Sienna's stories. I'm still curious what even happened to the place that they both apparently moved out of. Maybe they're both so dumb that they think that if neither of them pays the lease, it'll just kind of like go away. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, at least she has her truck. Truck is life. Truck is ball. Okay, I'll be back with the cat. Let me change out this camera battery real quick. Oh my god, my legs. It was leg day, definitely leg day. Alright. Camera's pausing, but it doesn't matter because I'm not there anyway, so you can't tell. And we are popping in a fresh battery so we can go uninterrupted. Alright. Okay. I'm putting up the BRB screen. When I come back, we will react to more things. Actually, vote if you guys want me to just react to random content you guys have sent me for the next hour or however long we decide to stream, or if we want to make fun of Chelsea's content a little bit, or both, but putting up the BRB screen. 1 sec. Dude, I have not been able to find Mochi or Cora these past couple of days, so Catilia is once again begrudgingly here for the cat tax. How do we feel about this, Catilia? I thought so. If that was not the most well-timed cat snarl. But you can tell that she is tentatively remaining on my lap. See, you like it. And, you can't see it, but we do have a my-mais in the room. Yeah, it was so stupid because yesterday you guys were like, pet tax, we want to see Mochi. There he is. Mochi. Oh god, but I have Catilia on my lap. He'll never come in here now. Yeah, he didn't come out until like the second the live stream ended. I'm getting it. We were looking for you, sir. What little crevice of the home did you find to hide out in? Away from us, with your cuteness. How dare you? Miles, get out of Mochi's butthole. Miles. Okay, that's acceptable. Miles has just placed his head on my lap. Do you want to give purrs to the microphone? No. But you're so cute. She's the babies. Okay. You may be free. I'll let you give hugs too, and then we can complete the sequence of pet tax. Oh god. Too much. Okay, try again, Miles. I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, I'm scared. Oh, such a good baby. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Thank you, baby. All right, Miles. Go on. Go on. Thank you. Thank you, boy. Go on. Okay. Now that I'm covered in fur and slobber, I hope that y'all feel quite satisfied. Yeah, dude, I almost knocked the YouTube award off the wall with that one. Sent you a video to react to. Oh yeah, let me go see what you guys voted, by the way. If you want to just react, I vote Chelsea, Spicy. I don't know if that was a vote. Oh, Spicy Kitty, I see. Let's see, what else do you guys want? Do. Every time Lauren smiles or laughs, it's because she reads one of my banger comments. True, Dylan, true. Let me see. What did we end up voting for? I can't tell. Or is it just kind of like whatever we want, random stuff? Okay. My vote is for random today. Okay, cool. Sounds like everybody wants random, and I have got you covered there. So, the first thing that I have for you guys, I'll tell you, this is the way that I kind of create an itinerary to react to things with you guys, is I basically just like have a notes app of squirrel thoughts, and it'll be like a random note about the link, and then the link to the thing. So that's how we're going to kind of do this today. The first one that we're going to react to, I put the note, McDojo moment on the whatever pod. You guys might already know what I'm talking about, but let me pull it up. Oh shoot, hold on. Let me take a minute to make this actually look cute. Instagram is so annoying, so I'll get all my Instagram react videos out of the way first, so that we don't have to deal with their terrible formatting. But let me at least get it nice and ready for us. And then we'll refresh and turn the sound on here. Sorry, I've got like crazy hiccups today. All right.
Weeks, I've gotten into Krav.
We gotta start over. I'm so sorry.
Over the past like 10 weeks, I've gotten into Krav Maga. And it's based off of defending yourself in real world events rather than like martial arts fighting in a cage or something like that. I know if someone came and attacked me that I could likely handle myself. I'm 4'9". I can pick up a 180-pound man and throw him on his back. I can take a knife from a guy, I can take a gun from a guy.
Here's the proposal. He has no training. We'll let you sink in a rear naked choke chokehold on Eric.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Oh, she doesn't want to hurt anybody.
No, I'll do it though. It'll hurt. I'm gonna get you here.
Wow.
Is this allowed?
What is she? She's like, okay, now she's just doing this. She's just doing, what is this? What are you gonna sink doing this? Girlfriend.
Kick him in the face! Or the balls! No, don't kick him in the balls.
We've recently over.
Oh boy. Okay, so I saw this. You guys might know. So I have a martial arts background. I am a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, meaning that I am not like the most equipped to talk all things fighting, but that I have some fair background, right? The first thing I want to start off with is saying that Krav Maga is like astrology for men in the martial arts world. Okay, is that fair? I'm not saying that, you know what might be a better comparison? Krav Maga is like chiropractic care to a surgeon. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that it's completely invalid. It's just not considered as real of a practice as like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or even Muay Thai, because Krav Maga, while they laud it as like, you know, life isn't always the same as being in a cage, it also has a lot of like kind of unrealistic drill styles too. It'll be stuff like, take this wooden knife away from me, and it's there's a lot of bad Krav Maga out there. There's a lot of great Krav Maga, but if a 4'9" girl tells me I've been training Krav Maga for 10 months and I can take on anybody, I would have the exact same reaction. Next, let's get into what even was that move. Like, unfortunately, I don't have the option to like skip ahead in the video with Instagram. That's right, Instagram is really not my preferred method of reacting to things, but this is how it was sent to me. Okay, but we gotta talk technique here, okay? I love that she's just eating a banana. Same girl, that's the real fast food. What does this super chat say? Oh god, I'm so sorry. I cannot even read this. I don't know you, that's my first. Oh, I'm so glad I moved it to be able to read that. Okay, look at this form, okay? I will say you're at a good advantage point once you've got the neck hooked, okay? But that's not gonna sink anything. At this point, she's gonna have to like get her other arm up there and in the back of the head, and then ideally, here's the real thing, is a lot of it isn't even like squeezing your biceps, it's taking a big breath in so that your chest sticks out. That's a lot of the sink here. She's not breathing, she's not thinking. Like, what even is this? Oh my god, I didn't even realize. I hoped that maybe when she at least had his neck hooked, that she was like wrapping her hand around the back of it. She's like holding her own wrist, just asking to get Fat Man rolled. Like, who is your professor? I would personally like to fight him. This is, and I'll also say this, by the time I've got someone's back, I'm actually way more likely to bow and arrow than I am to rear naked, but this is a good one for Nogi, as we've got here. I just, what even is this? Then, okay, I appreciate her mildly trying to get a hook, but I don't know if that was even her intent, or she was just desperately clinging. She's fallen off to the side. She's lost it. She's lost all control. She's done for. I'm glad that women are still training martial arts, but whatever school, if you're going to this girl's school, don't. Just quit. There's no need to keep training there. Yeah, Dylan, I definitely want to know your thoughts on this. He says, she's so small he could probably breathe fine like that. That was another interesting thing, too, is that she says, I can rear naked choke you, but it's gonna hurt. That's a weird thing to say because it's a submission. The point of its success is that you stop breathing and you go to sleep. What do you mean it's gonna hurt? Like, I don't understand. It's not even, like, a rear naked choke isn't even a crank. It's not even like a guillotine, which, like, does hurt. It's actually, like, one of the most gentle chokes there is. I mean, I know it's called the lion killer. No, I think that the guillotine is the lion killer. I don't remember anymore. Hold on, do I have something in my teeth? I think I might. I had some shawarma in between, but I think I'm good. So you're saying she's mid as a hooker. Yeah, she didn't have the hooks in, unfortunately. She could do better hooking. 1 out of 10 hooking skills. Okay. Let me see what other Instagram ones I have, because like I said, I want to get all these out of the way. All right, this one I just wrote down Mama's Boy. Now, this also says nothing destroys a relationship quite like... Actually, let me just start that over. I didn't fully read it. Okay. So it's a baby shower. They're like blasting a confetti cannon to see the sex of the baby. The text on screen reads, nothing can destroy a relationship quicker than a mama's boy. So the wife turns to the husband upon seeing the gender and goes to hug him, but before she can, his mom comes barreling in, just sweeping in, and cuts her off to like tackle him into the couch. And the wife just immediately looks visibly uncomfortable. Oh god, and now the mother is like, in addition to this, hysterically screaming. She's gonna be just like her nana. She's gonna be just like her nana. Which, like, okay, in the beginning, I was willing to afford a little bit more grace and charitability. Like, the first 2 seconds of this, I'm like, well, you know, like, she's overcome with joy, and, like, maybe she wasn't even, like, fully thinking, but I'm getting a lot of narcissistic self-importance kind of just hammer fisting their way into every interaction with this woman, actually. Now we can see the husband as he's still being embraced by his mother, and the wife looks visibly upset and uncomfortable. He's like reaching out to almost try to like comfort her or like bring her into it, maybe. I don't know who's filming this, but they're the real ones. So someone asks her if she's okay, and she goes, no, I'm gonna say something, actually. So now this is her confronting the mother.
Completely stole our moments.
No, go on.
This was, right, this is our baby. And the gender. It's not like I'm worried. I just want to address it because I don't think this was right.
I'm excited that you have your best.
You didn't allow him to hug me. I'm his wife. You didn't allow him to hug me.
Yeah.
Are you sure if you get about what's the problem?
Yes, but we just found out we're going to have a little baby girl.
It's fine, it's fine.
And I was wondering that it's my first granddaughter.
You yourself had it. What are you crazy?
Go on, everyone's happy. Go on, let's...
Oh no. Okay, so wife confronts the mom, and her big issue is like, you didn't even let my husband hug me. Like, this is our child. This is our moment. To which there's no validating the wife's point or her feelings or anything. She just immediately jumps straight to deflection and goes, well, he hugs you every day. Like, okay, and you had an entire like 18 years that you had the opportunity to like hug your son every day. Like, I doubt they've been together for as long as you guys have had the opportunity to hug each other. So why is your moment more important than my moment? But then after even more deflecting, the husband fucking blows it. First of all, fellas, if you're ever, God forbid, in a situation like this, you're gonna have to stand up to your mother. I'm sorry. It's not gonna be comfortable. It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be cute at all. But you're gonna have to go in before your wife goes in. If you want to do this right, do this ideally, you're gonna have to stick up for your wife. You're gonna have to be the one who does that. But definitely don't. I understand that he's just trying to keep the peace. I get it. Everyone's not happy though. That's like telling someone with anxiety to simply not worry. Just saying everyone's happy isn't going to make everyone happy. The only happy person is your mom, who got everything that she wanted, and now she's even got her son sticking up for her. You know who is not happy? Your wife, who that's supposed to be her moment. That is her moment. I'm sorry. It's both of your moment, but like, that just kind of got robbed. She got to play second fiddle to her own pregnancy. Okay? Oh no.
Go on.
I gotta stress too, guys, like really, to anybody watching, even women who maybe, I feel like this happens less with women and their dads, where like a dad is overstepping or becoming overly involved in like maintain or running the family, to a point where like the husband even feels like it's overstepping. I feel like that's a lot less common, but like I would hope that a woman would not let her parents walk all over her husband like this as well, because this kind of stuff, this really can ruin marriages. The only way that a hyper overly involved in-law doesn't have a chance to ruin a relationship is if their child stands up for their spouse. That's the only way. Like, the wife can stick up for herself over and over till the cows come home. Eventually she's going to grow to resent her husband if he's not the one doing it. And same for like women who let their moms talk shit about their husbands. Like, you got to stick up for your man too, or else he's going to resent you.
I don't think this is right, because you just literally threw yourself at Dane, ended up on the sofa. He couldn't even like hug me.
Right, listen, are you a little bit hormonal?
Oh no, not the mom hitting her with the like, well, this is just because you're kind of like on your period. Oh no, I've never hated a mother-in-law like I hate this lady's mother-in-law. I don't know, that's not true. I've heard some horror stories.
Why is everyone starting at me and attacking me? Come on, look, you honestly, we're having a nice day. We'll tidy all this up.
Oh boy. Oh man. Not that like a person's value is based on like their beauty or anything either, but he really like pulled a 10 too. Like she's really pretty. I just gotta say, not that she would deserve mistreatment if she was less pretty or anything, but like it just goes to show like guys can really have it all and like completely blow it by having like overly controlling, possessive mothers who never properly teach them to be independent. A lot of this can happen if there's, an absent father figure as well, as they don't really learn how to properly set boundaries for themselves. I certainly did not see Grandpa stepping in and having an opinion on this. Okay, so maybe he didn't have enough of a father figure in his life, but God, I just hope that there is someone out there who is teaching you guys how to properly set boundaries, both for yourself mainly, but then eventually by extension for your family. Like, when you begin a family, when you start your own home, it's fair for your parents and her parents to have an opinion on how you do things and to even offer up their opinion. But at a certain point, you need to tell your parents, I am the head of this house. Me and my spouse run this ship. You have your own ship. You do not run our ship. Capiche? Like, at one point, that conversation has to be had, because a lot of these parents, they start getting way too in weeds they have no business being in. They're trying to get involved in the family's finances, what they're doing for medical, how they should fix up their house. And it's like, take a big step back. This is their family. Theirs. You are the extended family. Know your place. Oh, it kills me to see like you could have such a great relationship with your in-laws. Like, there are some of us out here who have like the best relationships with their in-laws, like just whole second set of parents. And to see people like some of these people just ruining it for themselves. It's also like, what do you think is going to happen with your relationship with your grandchild when you're like that? When you're antagonizing the mother of your grandchild, do you think she's going to be throwing the child at you to watch her every second? Dude, that's the kind of mom that's going to kiss the baby. That's the type of mom that gives your baby RSD, dude. I can't. 36-year-old male, and honestly was never taught anything but to never lay a hand on a woman, and hands would be laying on me. I mean, that's a fair starting ground, but I just wish that men were taught more ways to respect themselves outside of don't be bad to women. Like, but who teaches you how to be good to you? You know what I mean? We need more of that. RSV, not RSD. I don't know what RSD, I don't know. Luckily, I'm fortunate to say I'm not super familiar. Okay. This next one that I have queued up for us is, I put the note as withholding intimacy.
It was great. I had plenty of it. I enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. We had fun together. And then once I knew I had him, I put walls up. I didn't want to get undressed around him anymore.
This is about a wife talking about purposefully withholding intimacy or using intimacy as a tool. Before I continue, the caption reads, "When she gets what she wants, the intimacy ends. Some people use intimacy as a tool to get what they want in a relationship."
He came in and he tried to hug me. I would jerk away. And I had all kinds of stories built up about why I was doing this. I denied to myself the real reasons why, which is what most of us as women do. I didn't withdraw it or withhold it completely. Women listening who are open-minded, you'll know that we have this mental calendar where it's like, okay, I had it. That'll probably buy me a week or two. And then that time starts running out and we start building this anxiety of when we're going to need to engage with again, to give just enough to make it seem just enough to keep getting what we want. And we let our stories and our games begin. And the sad part is that a good man falls for all those stories. When my husband and I met, it was great. I had plenty of it.
Oh no. The rest of this caption reads, "If someone offers connection and affection only until they feel secure, then withdraws it, it creates a sense of betrayal." True. Real relationships need consistent intimacy, not intimacy used as a way to secure someone. Yeah, I'm glad that she kind of put the note of like open-minded women, like, please listen to these words, because it's not even just that men deserve consistent intimacy. She deserves it too. And like, how fucking depressing that you're getting yourself into this like almost hostage situation headspace, or like it's a chore. Like it's like cleaning the bathrooms where you're like, all right, finally scrubbed the toilet. Hopefully I won't have to do this for a few more days. Like that's so sad. To like, I know that if that wife heard her husband comparing touching her body to like having to scrub a toilet, she would probably be sobbing for days. And yet it's like normalized almost amongst the female zeitgeist to like, that's just marriage, da 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 da. Like, ooh, maybe back in like the survival days where like we had to abscond to these gross marital rules to secure land and dynasty, like maybe back then it was a bit more dire, but God, I would really hope that if a woman found herself in that situation where she's using sex to buy time, that it's time for some more communication, right? Like, why are you even there then? Where did the intimacy go? Does it still exist? Did it ever exist? Like, because she's saying like she used to have sex and she used to enjoy it. At what point does it turn in a person's brain that they start to figure out, hey, this thing that used to just be like a mutually beneficial thing that we just did together, I could use this transactionally. And I think that in part it comes from the type of positive or negative rewards that we receive from a person. So you could very organically learn, this man will do more for me post nut. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's very natural for a wife to realize, like, man, if I ask my husband for a cup of coffee, like, immediately after, like, jumping his bones in the morning, he's almost always gonna bring it for me. Wow, like, that's normal. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm only sleeping with TJ for caffeine bean water, you know? But I think it's normal for someone to recognize that. But I think when paired with the constant social media pressure of like, here's what you really need to be getting out of a man, and if your man's not doing this, and here's how you weaponize this to get this, I think it kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It manipulates our minds, or it like even might leave an unintentional subconscious effect, even to where a lot of these people aren't even thinking about it, but they're like, well, you know, I'll just withhold it until I get this or whatever. And then they're ruining the sexual relationship for themselves as well. I'm glad that this account acknowledges that this is toxic, that this is manipulation. I think I've even said before, there is also such a thing as just like not wanting sex without it being for a manipulative reason. Like, you just genuinely don't want it, and at that point you're not withholding anything because you don't have a libido to give if you had it. That also is going to require a separate conversation. That's also going to require communication to get through it. But I think if you're at the point where you're starting to actually consciously recognize, like, I'm getting this over with, I think you really owe it to yourself and your partner to re-examine what sex even means to you, what the relationship even means to you, and like what major blocks of resentment are causing you to even treat sex this way. You know? I missed a super chat. I'm gonna go back up there real quick. Did I miss a couple? Let me make sure. Okay, I think I only missed one. Let me see. From Samantha. Oh my god, mother-in-law inserted herself into our finances for the longest. And yeah, she kissed the baby and all kinds of boundaries before the quasi-Thanksgiving kidnap. And that's so sad, too, that I was not even, like, basing that trope on your experience, Samantha. But it's, like, so common that I still checked so many boxes. I'm going to read Ryan's comment here, too. He says, I'll have sex with you if you pick the kids up from school. Thanks. Now I know that if I'm not getting... Sorry, I'm... Pause it here. If I'm not getting sex, I know I have not done enough, not earned enough good boy points. Yeah, it's super cringy for sex to ever, like, in a genuinely, like, healthy, happy relationship built on love. It's so weird when sex becomes transactional, and I really hate when it's used as like a reward. I know we've covered, like, in the past those chore charts where women are like, oh yeah, if you deep clean the basement, you get one handy. And I'm like, oh, cringe. Like, take your handy and shove it up your butt, because I don't even want it anymore. Look, if the enthusiastic consent is not enthusiastically consenting, I don't want it, and neither should you, okay? Let that be the lesson here. Like, this is the part that we can kind of glean from it, is I feel like we know when our partner is checked out. You know what I mean? Like, we know if they don't really want to be doing the thing. You be the one who cuts her off. Stop taking pity sex. Truly, let her know that you recognize it for exactly what it is. Be like, if you don't want to have sex with me, I'm not going to have sex with you. And you might be surprised by the effect that has on her. You know, are there going to be a lot of women who are like, oh, finally, good, he said it. You know, and like, now I'm out of my job, you know, I don't have to do that anymore. Some women might actually appreciate that, but I think it would be a wake-up call for a lot of women who actually miss that genuine intimacy and who have lost that part of themselves, you know? If I'm being completely honest, might be like some, I don't think it's that controversial of advice, but I think that women who have kind of entered this way of thinking about sex, where it's become like this transactional chore that they have to get done in order to maintain the marriage as a business, those women need to play with themselves. Point blank, period. They need to go start finding some toys, consuming some new types of content, reading some erotica. Like, they need to explore a sexual relationship with themselves, and they need to literally play with themselves until they figure it out. That's the best advice that I honestly have for women, and even for men. I can only speak from a woman's experience, but like, you know, I know exactly what it's like to lose your mojo, especially after pregnancy. It's a very natural thing to happen, and I had to do a lot of self-examination because it happened to me, you know, and I didn't like that I wasn't looking forward to intimacy, and that I wasn't able to, you know, provide what we were so used to, and that it felt like I was depriving my husband of that desire and that connection. And I remember nights of like crying, being like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I just don't want it. But it's like my libido is like shot. And, you know, I looked into all the stuff, the B12, drinking more water, getting more sleep. But, you know, that's part of it, is like re-examining yourself sexually and like tapping back into yourself. You have to fully Austin Powers. You have to want your mojo back. You cannot get your wife's mojo back for her. You cannot get your husband's mojo back for him. They have to want it for themselves. And then, you know, you can help them with their side quests if they need it. But I like this. Always go to know your own body in all senses. Yeah. Gotta say, I feel like that is good advice. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. All right. What's this other one? I put for this one, watch this immediately. So this one should be wholesome and good. It says, caught these two kids having a serious conversation.
Mia.
Yeah. When you grow up and you're gonna get married. Wow. Yeah. Why? Because I'm gonna be broke. I gotta buy everything. Too much, I can't name it. When I get married, I'm not gonna be broke. Why? Because my husband will work for me. Good for you. Too bad you're lucky. Too bad you're a boy and I'm a girl. I'm planning to save my money and get a car. Not waste it. Nobody wants to waste money.
But you do, and you do. You don't marry and waste all your boyfriend money on a Lamborghini, like you say.
I don't care about catching a boyfriend right now. I'm trying to catch a bug. I love baby hopping bugs. So cute.
Go on the ground, yeah.
Mia.
That's so funny. Oh my god. I'm not worried about catching a boyfriend. I'm worried about catching this bug. You're gonna waste all your boyfriend's money on a Lamborghini. Shadow says, to be fair, I'd say if it's something like we're playing a video game and she strips to distract me, I could be on board with that because it's in good fun. That's one of those dangerous games, though. You know what I mean? Like, it might be fun, or he might be in the middle of one of the most planned for raids of his WoW party's life. Like, they've been securing this raid for like 4 months, and you're ruining it. So know your audience. Oh man, I gotta read some of these comments here. Gideon is so problematic while Mia is living carefree with no worries. Oh my god, tell me this comment is a joke though. Wait, that's the caption? They're calling their son problematic? Dude, okay, that went from like wholesome to I hope that's a joke. I'm gonna choose to for that to be a joke because if it's not, like that does kind of upset me. Like he's being problematic for speaking his truth. Like kids are the most honest fucking people you will ever talk to in your life. When I've only been on Accutane for like 2 years now, and I'm finally going to be on my last month, which is the only reason that I do not currently look like an extra most bestest pizza. In fact, I'm going to show you guys like what my face used to look like. Let me pull up Acne Journey. Oh, it was bad. Actually, I think I just posted it to my public Instagram, so you guys can actually check out this post. Did I, or did I just post it to my personal? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a picture from my personal Instagram here, because I don't know where it is in my camera roll. But hold up. Let's get this in here. Can we see it? Yeah, that is what my face used to look like. Pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad, I will say. My daughter used to draw me and then add a bunch of red dots all over my face. Yeah, I did get my mojo back. Yeah, TJ is in the dire straits. That man is constantly depleted. That he truly does not ever get a break. It's unfortunate in some ways. Anyway, so it can be done. You can go from an absolute drought to being a untamable horny brat at all times. And cheers to that. But no, kids are ferociously honest, right? And they simply speak to their experiences and they speak to what they understand and they see. And so this kid, he's not like lying. This kid is not, it's not like this kid's been force-fed Andrew Tate already. You know what I mean? He's in the middle of a grassy field. He did not just come straight from the war room, okay? He simply has lived his like 8 years of life and already pieced together that men pay for things and women spend a lot of money. Like, he doesn't need to see the consumer spending reports. He just watches mom and dad, okay? Like, it's not problematic to point out that, like, in a relationship where men and women combine finances, who do you think is spending the majority of it? And there's a lot of arguments to be made. A lot of people will say, well, the only reason women are spending the most of it is because, you know, they're forced to make most of the domestic and financial decisions. They're forced to do most of the labor. Okay. Fair enough, but I don't know. Say he's problematic. That's a bit of a stretch. Javis says, son's problematic, yet the daughter said she's going to use a man for his money. How about her? Good point, dude. That's what I'm saying. TJ's in dire straits. Which one did he replace? Is Dire Straits a show? Is that what I'm getting? I'm sorry, I didn't get that one. Son is standing up for himself. Daughter is a spender. Mia is living carefree with no worries. Read as Gideon is already inundated with the weight of the world while Mia enjoys her privilege. It's so sad. Like, I know we're laughing, but like, young boys, especially young boys who get big really fast, and I'm not talking like, I'm not making fun of this kid's weight at all. That's a very normal size to be for his age. Like, that's why puppies have such big paws, because they're gonna get bigger. But this kid, I probably over projected his age. Honestly, a lot of these kids look so much older than they are, and they start getting treated older than they are way sooner. Now, there's a huge curve here, too, because the second girls turn 13, they start being inappropriately treated as older than they are. But before that, from an even younger age, young boys, I feel, are kind of told, like, you're the man of the house from, like, a very young age. You know what I mean? That's not to say that women aren't, or young girls aren't also inundated with responsibilities. Many are forced to basically be the second mother, especially if there's lots of siblings, for example. I'm sure if any big sisters in the chat are listening, you already know what I'm talking about. What are these other comments? I don't care about trying to catch a boyfriend now. I'm trying to catch a bug. Words to live by. Poor little man, already been divorced twice and has 2 mortgages. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's picking up on something from somebody. He been riding in the back seat listening to dad on the phone for a while. What did I just say? Talk about being stressed out in advance. Wait till she grows up and realize catching a boyfriend and catching a bug is sometimes the same thing if you're not careful. Oh, I think that was an STD joke. She's gonna build an empire and have her man working for her. I don't understand what... We're always so quick to empower little girls and, like, put down little boys, aren't we? Dire Straits is an 80s rock band. Money for... N? I don't know if that just got cut off. Well, then TJ probably knows who they are. TJ loves bands of people who are alive before I was. He's gonna be balding at age 15. That's so funny. Money for Nothing is good. I like Walk of Life better, though. Oh, okay. You were saying, thank you, Punslinger, for the additional context there. Yeah, I found that video cute. Sometimes, that's the thing is, sometimes, I would say most of the time, the comment section makes the video even funnier, but sometimes the comment section ruins the video. Like, there are some times where I see a video that I'm like, aw, that's wholesome, and then the comment section ruins it. And I'm like, we can't have anything nice, man. Okay. Let's pull up the next one. I don't remember what this one was, but I have a feeling we'll probably all have a strong reaction to it. It's a woman that says, random things men do that I think are pick-me. I actually did a video on this week. This guy posted, when I start liking you, I don't want your... Or he said, when I start liking you, I don't want my stepkids around your baby daddy. And I thought that was very pick-me behavior for a man. So it can be done. I'm curious to hear what her definition is, though.
Okay, here are random specific things that men used to do that would make me think that they were a pick-me. And I have a girlfriend now, so this doesn't affect me anymore.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. It's always interesting when, like, women who used to date guys, like... then exclusively, maybe not even like exclusively, maybe exclusively for now, pivot to women. Like, I feel like most lesbians don't turn on men, but the ones who do it very aggressively, you know?
Thank God. Using any of these emojis.
Okay, that's like half of them. Men can't use emojis. Or you know what, though? I'm being judgmental. Let's look at the list. Why is the crazy eyes emoji bad? Do people use that for some kind of nefarious purpose? Okay, I guess like a lot of these are like, they think that this is like just for the girls. What's wrong with you? They can't use a frowny face? Men are not allowed to be sad. It's an inconvenience. The angel. A lot of these are like necessary for context. Okay, by the bottom row, she just doesn't like sexting, I guess. Because, like, a lot of these are, like, flirtatious, and she doesn't like that. Why? You don't like being flirted with? I feel like I've definitely used all of these emojis with TJ at some point. Except for, like, the ghost, unless it's Halloween. Guys are not allowed to use cat face. Apparently cat face is just for the girlies. And you cannot use the ooh-woo face. Don't you dare fucking wink at me. I hate that I'm like 2 seconds in and seeing this comment that says Becca's always a voice of reason. I'm like, what? Okay, so just take no. You can't use the fire emoji. Why? Why are you being so gatekeepy right now?
when they
Oh wow, she was really upset about those actually.
neg you or like
Okay, fair.
insult you, but like it's
Yeah,
flirting.
yeah,
like they're
valid.
saying things like, "Why did you wear that?" or something like that. Like, Tyler, I can't be 100% sure that you own towels. You look like you don't own towels. I've never seen anyone that looks like that.
Okay, that's funny. She picked the perfect name for the guy who probably doesn't own towels. I'm sorry for all the Tylers who just caught strays right now, but like I do get what she's saying. There is a particular kind of guy where you look at him and you're like, you look like you don't own towels. But at the same time, like, what? That's your problem for talking to him in the first place then, okay? Because your main issue should have just been the negging. But now it seems that you've chosen the negging to bring up other issues you have with him. That's a weird time to do it. But yeah, negging is gross. I'm not really for that. I get that there are some people who, like men and women alike, who kind of think that being an asshole is cute. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that some people find it cute. Like, I think every guy at one point in time has had a crush on the girl who greeted him with, "Hey, loser." You know what I mean? Like, there's just something kind of about it. And like I said, there is a certain type of asshole who is likable. So I'm going to generally agree, though, that negging, generally bad. Generally, we don't like it. Who doesn't own towels? Okay, so maybe not doesn't own towels, but we all know that one guy who only has like one, and he thinks it's fine. You know what I mean? Negging is when you treat someone negatively in order to create an insecure attachment. Like, you put them down in order to weaken their defenses so that you can maintain control and power over them. It's like one of the number one things in the pickup artist playbook, unfortunately.
So if guys talk badly about their ex-girlfriend like really early on, like if they say things like, "She was so jealous," okay, well now I know you cheated on her.
Okay, this is really good advice. She's actually she's now at 2 out of 3 for me so far. I don't get where like the pick me part comes in. I'm not really sure about that. It just seems like kind of toxic behavior, so I don't know if it's pick me, but I do agree. Avoid talking shit about your ex. Like, unless you really have like a traumatic backstory, but also like don't trauma dump early on. Like, wait until you get to know that person and they are you can tell that they like are curious to get to know your lore, your backstory. But even if it wasn't your intention, this is 99% how women will interpret you abruptly talking shit about your ex out of seemingly nowhere. Like, is there gonna be like, so you were probably the problem. Like, again, if you really do like want to talk to somebody about how absolutely shit your ex was, you'll eventually get that opportunity once you get to know this person and they start asking about your past relationships. But like, that's not an off the jump kind of topic. No, I agree with her.
You know, but if a girl says the same thing about her ex, then it's like, oh, endearing backstory journey. But if a man says that, then it's like probation, house arrest, etc.
See, like, now I don't like how she switches up and is like, some things are only for the girls and the guys. So like, guys, if they complain about their ex right away, it's a red flag. Which, reasonably so. But when a girl complains about her ex right away, aw, poor baby, she's obviously the victim. No, Becca, it's toxic both ways. No matter who's abruptly bringing up past relationships while freshly getting to know someone new, that's just toxic. It does not matter what's dingle-dangling between your legs or whether you're scissoring or going raw dog with a dude. Doesn't matter. Still toxic. Also, sorry, Mammons, you said you're the perfect person to ask this question. Can I ask you a question? Shoot. I'll keep an eye out for your response while I keep playing this.
You guys know what I'm saying? If a man is too invested in like fashion and is really aware of like the newest trends and like really deeply cares about what they're wearing, that's when it's like, okay, do we need to intervene with a backpacking trip where we leave them in the woods and it's like a Survivor-esque month or so? Men who are...
What? Okay, she's lost to me again now. And I don't understand how any of these things are pick me. I mean, yeah, if a man cares about style, he probably hopes other people like it. Does that inherently make want to pick me? Because you're doing your makeup as we speak. Does that make you a pick me? Because you care how your appearance looks to other people? Like, no, it obviously doesn't. And then her next implication is that if he cares about fashion, he must not have real world experience? That you have to test his survival skills? What? Like, just because you show up with your hair and makeup and nails done doesn't mean that I'm going to, like, see if you can survive out in the wild. That's weird. Let me see. Can you look at my ex post? It is a part of my life and speaking how I feel about helping men and women. Like your post on the platform X. Just email me, bro. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about. We gotta stay on topic here. But I'll answer your question if you email me. Lauren@dadvocate.net. Yeah, send me your X thing. I'm not on X. I'm on Threads. But yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Constantly saying things like, I'm looking for a wife, not a girlfriend or girl. I think that you'll be single until you're 64.
Wait, so it's a red flag? Okay, you only got me on 2 out of the 5. Because you're saying it's a red flag when a guy says, I'm looking for a wife, not a girlfriend? I feel like I could make a whole other video. Like, I just made a mashup of, like, different takes of girls who are like, don't respond too fast, don't respond too slow, respond too fast, respond slow. And I'm like, what do you want from me? Like, all these women are out here who are like, I am so sick of guys who just want a girlfriend and not a wife. And then you're actually going on dates with men who are like, just so you know, I'm looking for a long-term commitment that I can really, like, someone I can really provide for and build a future with. I really don't want to waste my time. And she's like, ew, red flag, what are you, some kind of pick-me? Like, what? I'm sorry, is it pick-me behavior to, checks notes, want a wife? Like, I guess. Yeah, I guess that man probably does want to be picked by a wife. So every woman who wants to get married to a man is a pick-me, or it just doesn't work the other way around? Huh? What?
And then you'll be ready to settle down with your 28-year-old girlfriend, and she'll be your wife. That's a perfect age. Her prefrontal cortex is formed, and she's been through her Saturn return. That's a good age.
So guys who want to marry women younger than 28 are creepy and predatory? That is such a wild stretch to be receiving this much endorsement. What up, Siegel? That's crazy to me that she literally was like, you're trying to get married before the woman is 28? Ew, gross, you creep. Like, what? Librarian says, you keep using that term, pick me. I do not think it means what you think it means. Excellent reference. Her prefrontal cortex is definitely not very developed. Dude, excellent commentary, Dylan. What?
There you go.
Oh, there we go. So there we have it. When you put it like that, actually, I completely agree with her now. That's crazy. Man, it's been a while since I've made this list. So some of the stuff I was like, I forgot what I was even going to react to, but like, what weird, insane double standards. So men, if you use emojis, if you tell a woman that you're interested in marriage, you're a pick-me. You're just a pick-me bitch. You white knight, you. Okay. This next one I wrote. Having fun with a woman is dangerous. Oh boy, what could I have possibly meant by this? This says, is she a wife or just fun to date? Hey, we were just talking about this.
How do you help men know the difference between someone who's fun to date versus someone who's a wife material?
Okay.
Give me your definition of fun in that context.
I think there are women that I have met that I really enjoy being in their life. I really enjoy having them around. They make me feel good. I'm attracted to them. Like, there are girls that's like, yeah, she's really fun.
And if a man could have fun with a woman, he's not safe.
He's not saved.
He's not. Because you're exposing her, you're awakening emotions and love in her that you have no intention of cultivating. That makes it dangerous.
Because I don't want to be with that person forever, does that mean that I can't experience that? You know what I mean?
I mean, the question is, are you okay with breaking her? That's really what the question.
Because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's highly likely.
Highly likely.
Highly. I mean, more likely than not. I won't say 100%, but it's highly likely because she is going to be looking at your behaviors, your actions, what you're saying, how she's feeling, and she's going to absorb that because that's what women do.
That's tough.
And when you already know in your mind that she's not her, like, you owe that to the both of y'all.
Yeah.
Did she not just completely flip that question around on him? Because hold up, like we're about to restart the question in a second, but I'm pretty sure he asked, how does a man tell the difference between a wife and a girlfriend? And I'm pretty sure she just said, you're supposed to just know, and if you don't, you're gonna break her heart and it's gonna be all your fault. I feel like he asked that in good faith and nature to help other men not only avoid breaking other people's hearts, obviously, but avoid breaking their own. Are we forgetting that, like, men also experience heartbreak when they end up dating someone who is not wife material? But the way that she answered that question and framed her response seems to imply that, like, men just know if the woman is the wife or not. You guys just know, and you choose to play with girls that you know you don't want, and then you're always the reason for the breakup. Is that... What did you guys get from that answer? Because that's what I seem to hear. Because at first I was like, well, yeah, I think it's true that, you know, if you know that you're not planning to commit to someone long term, it's wrong to date them consistently and lead them to believe that you are. But her response seems to ignore both that women are capable of doing that to men as well. If there's actually a song about it, Girls as Play as Too, actually. Women are just as capable of using men and never calling them the next day once they've fully milked out their moisture missile. Like, that happens too. She is negating the autonomy that women actually have to navigate their own sexual freedoms without always tying themselves 100% emotionally to every man that they hook up with. She's negating all of that. And she's just also, like, negating the fact that, like, clearly men can't tell the difference between girlfriends and wives all the time. It's actually not an innate intuition, as it turns out. But this man is being very charitable, letting her cook.
To say, hey, like, I don't see this going the distance.
Yeah.
And I don't want to play with your heart.
Yeah.
Back to the question, which is fun versus marriage. I would say if you can consider having fun with a woman, if that's where your mindset paradigm is, you're not ready to be a husband.
How do you...
What? This is so weird to me. And I feel like that's the type of advice that actually gets men stuck with women who are not their wives or fun. And let me explain here, because she's basically saying if you only want a girl to have fun with, you're not ready to be a husband, which that's fine, that's fair, but she also seems to imply that if all you're doing is having fun with a girl, then she's not the one, and it's wrong of you to continue a relationship with her. Right, so then we're in this weird headspace that a lot of men, a ton of men, find themselves in, which is that in order to succeed in the real world as a successful career man, as a successful man in general, you need this wife who checks all of these very specific boxes. And many men will end up, unfortunately, committing to a woman they don't have fun with because it looks good on paper, either hoping that one day they'll eventually have fun, or I don't know, hoping that it'll check enough of those boxes to where they won't need the fun. And then by the time they realize, like, I think I might have married the wrong person, it's way too late. They're probably at least like a couple kids in too deep or something like that. Like, ideally, you can have a wife who's also fun. I, I would like to think fun equals sex in this sense. You think that's what she means? I feel like she would have like thrown in more of a tone if that's what she was trying to imply. But it's also like that also neglects people's autonomy as well. Like, let me see this. So either you're a fuckboy or you're just going to marry a girl on day one. It seems like both are very wise. Yeah, you seem to have kind of gotten the same like black and white vision of relationships where in both the black and the white, the man is responsible and at fault, it seems. But this completely neglects people's autonomous ability to have non-romantic sexual relationships if they want to. I know some of you in the chat are just completely 100% opposed to hookup culture. I will say I've always been the kind of person who I'm not even going to have good sex unless we have a solid connection built on respect, you know? So I've never really understood like superficially banging people or like purely having sex for aesthetics, you know? Hello, Canon. I am here. Thank you. I don't personally get it, but if people derive joy from it and have achieved enthusiastic consent from all parties and are being safe, I don't really think that there is much wrong with two adults sleeping with each other. And I think it's like really infantilizing to women to suggest like we're incapable of just fucking without like completely falling in love with a man. Like, that's a bit reductive, don't you think? But overall, that was bad advice for men. Like, men genuinely want to know these things and they would love to have heard it from a woman. This is such an aggravating point for men, and this is an area where I have a lot of empathy for men, and I see why they're getting frustrated, because they go on these feminist panels where they're trying to engage with women on their level and show them that they're trying to grow in a space encouraged by like-minded men and women, right? And they're trying to ask these tough questions of like, you know, what would you recommend for young men to be able to discern properly between a wife and a girlfriend? Like, how can men practice discernment? And the only answers they're getting are, stop being an asshole. Just stop being a terrible, absurd monster. Just stop being toxic because you're toxic. Like, that's all men are hearing when they're trying to genuinely get advice that will both help themselves and other women. I get why that's so frustrating. Because, yeah, again, the question was,
you help men know the difference between someone who's fun to date versus someone who's a wife material.
She didn't answer the question at all. He asked her to help men, and she just said, you have all the answers, dumbass. The caption says, what men get wrong about dating? Advice from coach. Ask M. Cassandra. She's a coach? She coaches men? Men are paying her to be told they're the problem? That sucks. What does this cheer say? This is why I follow Homath. I also follow Homath, actually. He and I are friends. I haven't talked to him in a little bit. He's been like super blowing up, so I'm sure he's very busy. But yeah, I don't agree with Homath on absolutely everything, but I do like his demonstrations. Tiberian says, my wife is awesome. She plays D&D and Battletech. Well, it sounds like she's not the right person for you because it sounds like you guys are having fun. Sorry about your incoming divorce, Tiberian. That sucks. Oh, man. What? People really do not be caring to actually give men real advice. This is why Andrew Tate has such a huge platform. Like, women wonder, how did this happen? How could it be that so many men are turning to Andrew Tate? And it's like, because when they ask you for advice, that's what you do. You just turn it around back on them and play the blame game. Like, we're enabling Andrew Tate. Hate to say it, but we are. On to something a bit more wholesome, I think. I could be forgetting what this is. I'll tell her you said that, Lauren. Yeah, let her know I'm sorry that she has to find out this way, but that she's been having way too much fun in her marriage, which is an obvious sign of toxicity. This video says, when being a girl dad goes wrong.
Took the girls after I grabbed them. What? What?
Who's that girl that you were talking to?
It was a lady. She just said hi, and she was complimenting you guys, actually.
I'm telling Mom. Me too.
First off, you can tell Mom, but don't try and tell Mom like I was like flirting with the lady, because that was not the case.
I'm telling Mom. Me too.
Why?
You said hi to her. Hi, how you doing? Hi.
I did not. Okay, first off, it's okay to be polite.
I know.
It's okay. No, stop. No, stop. It's okay to be polite to people. It doesn't matter the gender.
This is such a girl dad, though. I feel like I'm watching TJ argue with our daughter, because they be doing the same thing.
Standing right next to the car, and then
yeah, because she was saying that you guys were beautiful.
Me and Illy were putting our ears together.
You guys are gonna start an argument for no reason. I did not know. No. You guys are crazy. You guys, that's crazy.
Ew, how you doing? How you doing? No, you're standing right next to the car.
Why am I getting scolded by my 6 and 7-year-old about saying? Okay. Took the girl.
Now, do I think that this is a skit? I do. Those girls were looking at the camera a little too direct. They knew what they had to say for the bit. Okay? This says, Mommy's Little Spies. These two had Dad cornered. After a fun day out, a lady complimented his daughters, and now they're on a mission to tell Mom all about it. Dad is innocent, but these little spies are having too much fun stirring the pot. Who else's kids act like the ultimate mom reporters? So, yeah, this is just a dude who seems to know his audience of women quite well. I think that it's, like, very funny. It also wouldn't surprise me if, like, he really did set this up just to record, like, a vlog-style thing, and then they just got on him about it because it was something that, like, they'd all joked about before, you know? But this is, like, a real thing, I will say. These women are teaching their kids earlier and earlier. Did you guys remember seeing those memes that was, like, teaching my kid to read so they can spy on my baby daddy's texts? Like, that shouldn't be why you're teaching your kid to read, but whatever you need to motivate you, I guess. Yeah, I love you. Some of you are saying learning toxicity young. Yeah, Chels, you did used to know me from TikTok, but soon you won't, because it's going to be banned. I don't know. I don't know for real how it's going to go. We got like 5 days left to figure it out. Cockblocked by your own kids. The only one I'd accept. I'm constantly cockblocked by my own kids. So I feel this. But I will say, though, I feel like in a way, I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this one out. I'm like, would kids do this on their own naturally? Do you think? I'm curious, because I don't think my daughter has never tried to tell on her dad, and she has been with him for tons of solo expeditions where they have talked to women. You know, like my husband sells his crafts and books and wares, and he deals with tons of women in the general public with Saoirse, and I'm sure plenty of them have complimented him on how beautiful his daughter is. And I've never gotten a report back. Am I doing something wrong here? Definitely feels like taught behavior. I don't know about that, but yeah, there are actually a lot of parents who use their kids as spies. And I mean, on one hand, of course, you know, I want my kids to be telling me what's going on at the places they go that I can't see. Absolutely. I want you to tell me, like, who's talking to you, who tried to talk to you, if you met anybody new or strange, like, by all means. I would love to know that stuff, but it's I don't think it's normal for kids to like be worried about their parents cheating on each other. Or like to even conceptualize that, or to even like see another woman as a threat. Right? I don't think that's very organic. I think that's definitely something maybe, I don't know. Oh boy. We don't need to do this next one. Let's see. You wouldn't believe the thoughts that TJ has. Every relationship has different standards that define cheating. That said, if the bar is set at saying hello, it's too low to limbo under for damn near everyone. I know, I've seen a lot of these memes recently that's like, you know, training for how to behave now that I'm in a relationship, and it's like there's a girl like struggling with her bags, and she like looks at him and he just like walks past her, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of shitty that like being a good boyfriend means like being an asshole to everyone with a vagina. Like, isn't that weird that it's all about being a girl's girl, but until your man is in a committed relationship, and then he can be a misogynist to everybody but you in order to establish loyalty? Like, oh no! TJ's thoughts are in the channel. Is that, or in the chat? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start calling you guys, is my TJ's thoughts. You guys are the TJ Thoughts crew. Hi, Mini Marshmallow. Or Mini Marshmallow 25 it is. I just stopped reading, I guess. Okay. We're done now with Instagram stuff. Man, we're not going to have anything left for tomorrow. You're going to have to send me a bunch more submissions. Unless we just turn tomorrow into a Chelsea hate day. I'll happily do that. All right. Let me set up my camera to react to some tiki-takis. Let's see. Get this nice and shrinky-dinked down so that we can see all of it. All right, what are you saying? I'm a TJ thought. Yes! What an excellent cheer. We love to see it. All right. So I thought this one was interesting. I just wanted to take a break for some real talk here. This man writes, actually, I want you guys to be able to see more. See más. This man writes, my girl and I had a heated argument, and she looked at me and said, every time I open up about how I feel, you act like I'm attacking you. Instead of hearing me, you defend yourself. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to care. That hit me hard. This was very wise, and I appreciate that this comes from the person who like heard it and really heard it. This is Chelsea is the other woman, sorry. So this is just something that I think everybody could stand to reflect on, because no matter who you are, what gender you are, or anything like that, I think we all have that innate desire to deflect when being criticized. I think it's just the most natural knee-jerk reaction to criticism that there is. So I want to highlight both her communication in this angry moment, which is hard to do. It's difficult to convey your emotions articulately when you're upset. So I want to commend her on her ability to put into words what she really needed in this moment. This goes back to what we were saying earlier about how sometimes you have to ask for exactly what you need. And it doesn't matter of like, oh, well, they should just know. Well, sometimes they don't. So it sure helps if you let them know, you know? So here, I think this is something that we all experience, is simply having our feelings validated in some way, even if they don't completely agree with you, being told, I hear that you feel this way. I see it. I'm going to care about it. You know? I really liked that. I just thought that this was good advice, like, no matter who's hearing it. So I just wanted to share that little ticky-tacky. I thought that was a good one. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna read this comment here. It's the top rated comment. Says, I'll let you guys read it too. Couples therapist here. I obviously don't know your background or anything about your relationship other than this post, but you may want to look up dismissive avoidant attachment style. It may explain why you react to emotional expressions in a defensive way. Building self-awareness is vital in building strong trust and emotional intimacy. I don't know how I feel about everybody trying to like lump everything into an attachment style. I definitely don't think that we know enough at all to figure out someone's attachment style. Like I said, I think everybody gets defensive when they're being criticized, at least a little bit. And some of us are a little bit more healed than others and are able to handle criticism remarkably well. But I don't know if this is enough to engage with an attachment style. Dealt with someone like this. This is not for the weak. Interesting. Are they criticizing him? Do they think that he is shit for saying this? Saving this for my next argument? No, because it's exactly how I feel. I just don't know how to say it because my mind, I try to save our relationship. Please learn from it and listen. She is reaching out. The world needs more men who care and women who care. The good thing I was once open to him like this and he heard me out. We are good now. No fights, no arguments. We just talk and listen to each other. Aw, beautiful. I left my man because he did this, and what's sad is I loved him so much. Okay. Lessons to be learned. Sometimes it's the delivery, sometimes what you say. Yeah, I will say it's a lot harder to take criticism when it's being delivered in a very savage way. So that's something to bear in mind as well, you know. You can't necessarily like be mad that someone's not empathetically listening calmly to you when you're like screaming at them either. Oh boy. Someone just tagged me in this one. And what's funny is I actually have a womansplaining episode on this entire topic. This one's about 2 minutes, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do us all a favor and 1.5 her. Just whacked myself in the face with my water bottle. Cool. This says, small things husbands do to show their wives they don't care.
Here's another thing that men do to show the women in their lives they don't actually care about them. They will walk ahead of you in most cases. This is something my husband did a lot, and when I would ask him to slow down, because I would be like nearly running to keep up with him, he would always tell me, you walk too slow, walk faster.
So I did cover this in a womansplaining episode, and basically my explanation for why guys have such a propensity to walk so far ahead of women is like multiple points, really. One is simply the fact that I feel like men are usually the more athletically prone ones. They tend to be taller. They tend to have more, bone mass, muscle density, and I would just assume that men just kind of walk faster. So in my experience, I've just noticed that like almost most men have a tendency to like just shoot ahead. I think also part of it is like evolutionary, scouting and surveying the land prior. In my husband's case, he's simple. He just has a city pace. That's it. He's just used to walking at city pace, and like it's generally very easy to get him to chill. Like the way that I ended my whole video was like, if you don't want your man to walk ahead of you, very simple solution, hold his hand. Hold his hand, literally tether the boy. That's usually an easy one. With my husband's, I'll usually say, can you dial your walking speed down approximately 4 steps? Can you reduce your walking pace? And he'll realize like, oh yeah, sorry. Like it's not easy necessarily to recognize when someone is like struggling to keep up. And honestly, that's true of many things, far and away beyond just walking. Humans can be like cats with an ear infection, where they will just hide some of the worst pain and you'll never know. And women are very good at this, okay? So in this case, though, as she describes it, this guy does sound like maybe he was a little bit of an a-hole about it. But most guys, if you're just like, you're walking really fast, they'll chill. But it's just built in. I've even heard some guys who are like a lot taller say it literally hurts to walk slow. Like, think about that. It's just not natural for them.
One time, very early in our marriage, he actually bought me a pair of shoes that were designed to help people walk faster. And he said, "Oh, maybe you'll finally be able to keep up with me." I'm 5'4". He was 5. Was he 5'8" or 5'9"? But like his legs are longer. His pace is, his stride is longer than mine, and he could not understand that, and he just refused to slow down. One time, and he would do this everywhere, even if we were in unfamiliar places. One time we were on vacation in Key West, and he kept walking ahead of me, and I asked him, like, "Can you slow down, please? Can you slow down?" And he wouldn't. So I finally was like, okay. And like, we're tourists. I'm not walking dawdling, but like I'm walking and looking around at stuff because I've never been there before. And finally, I just let him keep going, and I kept walking at my pace. And a couple of times I would like stop and see if he would look back. No, he kept going. And then I slowed down. He kept going. And then I finally just crossed the street to see if he would notice. Kept going. And the whole time I'm keeping my eyes on him to see, like, at what point is he going to notice. It took something like 5 to 10 minutes for him to look back and look around. And then he finally spotted me on the other side of the street. I waved to him, and then he turned around and kept going. So if they just won't walk with you and no matter what, refuse to slow down, they don't care about you.
In this case, this may have been true. You know what I mean? I do find it odd that, like, the husband just, like, doesn't care to ever slow down. You know what I mean? The walking shoes, the shoes that help you walk faster, I don't necessarily see that as, like, a major insult. Maybe a gift that's, like, also a gift for him, perhaps. But, like, I didn't see that one as, like, too cruel or anything like that. Like, for all we know, he might have just genuinely been like, "I like walking with you, but I would like if you could walk faster." Like, this would be perfect if you could walk faster, maybe. But, like, then we get into the second part of this, and it's like, I do wonder if you were the problem in this situation, because if she did tell him to slow down and he didn't, maybe he was being an asshole. But also, maybe he did and then forgot. This is something my husband still does to this day, will probably not stop doing. But if we're walking together a lot, if I ask him to slow down, he will. But then he'll naturally build back up to his normal pace, and there's nothing he can do about it because it's just muscle memory. It's simply what his body knows. So yeah, sometimes if we're like going on a long walk, it might be like every 20 minutes that I'm like, "Oh babe, you gotta slow down real quick." Maybe not like that often, but like he might have just forgot. And now she is responding in kind by playing games. So was he walking faster than her on purpose to punish her or to demonstrate a lack of care while they're on a vacation together? I don't think so. But we do know that she did play games on purpose. She slowed way the hell down to test him, to gauge his reaction, and then without any communication made the determination that he did not care about her because he did not come back for her. I always say unspoken expectations that exist without communication equals disappointment. You're going to be disappointed if you expect things from someone, but never even tell them that you expect it, that you're holding them to this standard. You know what I mean? And yes, she did ask him to slow down. That is not the same thing as, "and now I'm going to be completely over here." There's so many different inferences. For all we know, he might be treating her the way he wants to be treated. Maybe he likes having alone time to look at things at his own pace and then reconvene. Maybe he's one of those types of people. So maybe when he saw that she was finally doing that, he was like, "Awesome. I love this. I will see you soon." Because he checked. He saw her, and in his brain, he's like, "Good. I know where you are. I can keep going." Like, because they're not communicating at all, She thinks he doesn't even know where I am. He doesn't care. For all we know, he's like, I know exactly where she is and I'm not worried about it. Maybe he is a narcissistic tool bag who was never going to slow down for her no matter what. Maybe. Or maybe they both suck at communicating. Oh God, there might actually be more content for us here. This account is called Fashionably Divorced. That's one hell of a username. I feel like I already know what's coming from this account. Look, I'm not opposed to divorce. I'm actually very pro no fault divorce. I think that people should be allowed to get divorced for any reason that they want. What I wish existed was a kind of fault divorce so that you can get divorced whenever you want for whatever reason you want, but if fault can be proven, then potentially alimony is eliminated, or there is a more separate share of the division of assets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get divorced, but that doesn't mean you can necessarily rake this man over the coals, or vice versa. So sometimes a divorce is even worthy of being celebrated. Sometimes you marry the wrong person or someone turns into such a terrible person during the marriage that it's a great thing that you got out. Some of you, I'm sure, you're so happy you're divorced. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of those kinds of people who's like, shame on you, divorcee. You're over 30 and divorced. You're washed up. You hit the wall. No one will ever want you. Like, I don't think that at all. I think she's beautiful, honestly. I think she's a gorgeous woman. But I fear that this is going to be one of those pages where she's not just divorced, she's divorced and bitter and has just a chip on her shoulder when it comes to men. I could be wrong. Let me go ahead, though, and save this page to our notes. We might dive into this one a bit more tomorrow. Let me make a note. Fashionably divorced. We might dive a little bit more into this profile. I might be surprised. I might end up liking a lot of her takes. I don't know. For this last one, I think we're cherry picking a bit. I think everyone who goes through a divorce definitely goes through the processing, the mulling over, the putting pieces together, the going back and analyzing every moment of like, where did it start to go wrong? Where was it always wrong? Like, things like that. But it can be dangerous sometimes when that stream of consciousness falls to one of the most popular social media websites instead of a diary or a therapist, because like some of these unhinged thoughts are now just like permanently memorialized instead of like properly workshopped before they made it. You know, this whole like walking ahead of you thing, maybe that was like one small piece in a long narcissistic chain of events. But since most women are going to be dating guys who occasionally walk faster than them, maybe it's a little toxic to be telling them that that's a sign that they don't care about you. I'm just worried that this is going to be very adjacent to the divorcee advice of women who are like, if he wants you to go 50-50 on bills, he hates you. Like, that's not good for the women. That's not good for healthy relationships, I don't think. If an earthquake ruins your marriage, that would be a fault divorce. Thank you for that, Warren. I appreciate that. Okay. We'll do one more.
You don't even...
Oh, sorry. Okay. This says, just found out my boyfriend betrayed me.
You don't even understand. Let's ask the audience, okay? Tell them what you did.
So it was a little after Christmas time, and I figured I'd tell you, seeing it had passed, that I was hanging out with your dad, and he was like, well, I don't really know what to get her other than that, like, Dyson hairdryer wrap thing. And I was like, she wouldn't use that. When would you ever use that? So I told him not to buy it.
You don't give a damn about me. You wouldn't.
I love that you can hear him in slow-mo at the end saying, you wouldn't. Oh, man. Okay, this one's funny. This one's fun. It's partner shaming, but it's funny. It made me laugh. I can't lie. That was really funny, especially because like it seems pretty clear to me that he is actually in on this. Like this was not like I don't think this was meant to be like that serious. Yeah, we can learn from this. We can learn from this for sure. I don't think she's really trying to shame him for real. And I don't think the comments really gave him much. Yeah, they're like, he's got to give you the Dyson Airwrap right now. He is guilty. But I don't think I didn't see a whole lot of like, I would genuinely be mad. Who is he to decide? These have a lot of upvotes. Press charges. That was so rude of your ex to do that. The way I would say you wouldn't use that every time he mentions wanting to buy something. Okay, so here's what we can learn from this gentleman. I do think it's a weird move of him to have done that. Like, first of all, it's hard enough to think of what people want for Christmas. Like, there are some people who are so hard to buy for. If a man is coming to you, this woman's father is coming to you with a genuine idea of what he wants to get her for Christmas, if you do not have a better suggestion, why would you tell him not to get it? Like, that's a genuine question for any men willing to, like, try. If you've ever done this before, if you've ever told someone, don't get my wife this, if it wasn't because you knew that she would hate it, would you ever do this just if you didn't think she'd use it that much? Like, us women, we're gonna leave your bathroom looking like a hurricane went through it anyways. One extra blow dryer isn't gonna make a world of a difference. Why would you stop that? Why would you stand in the way of the dreams? It's not like you're paying for it. I think the only acceptable time to tell someone who has an idea, a gift idea for your wife, to not buy her that gift is if you have a way better idea already. But he didn't say that he had one, right? I love this. When did the gift become about actually being useful? That's a good point too, Outsider Attila. Like, it's Christmas time. This is the time to get yourself and others, like, the stupid stuff that you don't ordinarily buy yourself during the year. And it's like no one else is going to buy a Dyson hair wrap for her besides either you or her daddy. Y'all know how expensive them shits are? Let me look it up right now, actually. And would she use it? Probably not every day. Probably not every day. But who are you to decide? How much is the Dyson Airwrap? Am I about to absolutely, like, vomit in my mouth? Let me look this up. Fuck. $600. There is no cheaper option. You're telling me that this girl had a chance of someone else buying her the $600 thing? I didn't even realize how cooked this guy was. Dude, he's actually in deep shit. He actually fucked up because, yeah, like, the rule of the relationship goes, if you stand in the way of your partner getting something really expensive that they want for free that's not going to cost you anything, you got to find some way to get him that. You got to find some way to get that for him now. Even if it's calling up the dad and going, I'm so sorry. Are you at all interested in, like, going in on that for her birthday? Like, you got to do something. She could have gotten a $600 dang old thing. I would personally never spend $600 on a blow dryer unless I was opening a business, and I don't know how to do hair, so that's not happening in this lifetime. Okay? Ray Band Me 262, enjoy going back to work. I'll miss you. Oh man. So we do have an update. And I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this, because some of you who are, like, very black and white, anti-partner shaming, are already like, no, it doesn't matter that he did that, and that it might have been a little foolish. It's still wrong to shame him online. Well, if you are part of that camp, it does get worse. I'm going to risk a licensing strike for this one, though, because the music she chose for this is actually so funny. She says, BRB returning the welder I bought him for Christmas because he won't even use it.
I'm like some kind of supernova. Watch out.
I don't think she actually returned like, I don't think she did. I think that this is just a joke for the girlies to be like, you're not even gonna use it though, you know? And like, but it's such a fair comparison. That's why I'm having such a hard time, like, staying in my anti-partner mind shamer mindset, because this was actually a very apt comparison, because unless this man literally is a welder by trade, right? Like, this is something he does on the daily. He probably is going to use that welder as often as she will use the hair wrap. So it's actually like a really valid comparison. Yeah, agreed. Welders are heavy. The box looked empty. She might be shredded. You don't know. She looks like she has pretty, like, hefty thighs. I don't know. It's hard to tell, though, through the sweatpants. I'm gonna read these comments. I hope you actually returned it and bought a Dyson Airwrap. New update coming soon. The way I'm still mad for you. Please tell me that you made him film this for you. That's what I'm thinking. Like, someone had to film this. It's either her bestie or he's, like, very involved. I have the shortest hair, have never desired a Dyson Airwrap, and yet I was outraged for you. Just Ricardo, thank you. I don't care if I ever used it. Once mine, don't touch. Yeah, like, I think we can all agree, like, boyfriend kind of swung and a missed on that one. He didn't even swing, because again, like, why would you cockblock your girlfriend from getting her Dyson Airwrap? It's like, this is how you know you fucked up, is when I'm joining the partner shamer side. But it's also because I think that this is mostly facetious. Like, I have a feeling he's in on it. I haven't seen whatever the new update coming soon is, so let's find out together. Okay, where did we last leave off? Nobody told me that snow days doesn't look like this. Okay, I don't think this has anything to do with it. I think that we were all waiting. My dad and boyfriend racing cars together in the snow. Okay, I think they're okay. I think their relationship is gonna survive this one. I like that the boyfriend and the dad are talking. What have we got going on? Okay. Let's see. My
daughter still goes, Mommy, can we go on our plane again? I'm like, baby, there's no plane.
See, okay, my gut instinct was right. He's 100% in on this, and this is so funny.
My daughter still goes, Mommy.
My girlfriend still goes, honey.
Can we go on our plane again?
Can I have a Dyson?
I'm like, baby, there's no plane.
Baby, there's no plane. Baby, there's no Dyson. That's so funny. Oh my god, they're sleeping on this one in the comments. He's hilarious for that. I don't even know where this sound comes from, but 10 out of 10 context voiceover. That's so funny. I have to know what the dad has to say about this. He's doing the sound too.
My daughter still goes, Mommy, can we go on our plane again? I'm like, baby, there's no plane.
Not expecting that. For the audio only members, the voiceover, the sound is something like, my daughter's always asking, baby, can we go on the plane? And I'm like, baby, there's no plane. The last time they were referring to the Dyson, and this time it's, my daughter's always asking me, Dad, can you give me a hand? And I'm always like, baby, there's no hand. And then hands out. Dad does not have a hand. You're telling me. I'm heated in this last leg of the live stream. You're telling me this man has one hand and one nub and was still willing and able to provide a $600 Dyson Airwrap for his daughter, and you stood in the way of both of them doing this? This man is the Finding Nemo of dads? and he was still willing to get that hair wrap. This dude's a legend. Look at that head of hair, too. Like, this guy may be handless in Seattle, but he still gets it. She says, unlike my dad's hand, we will not be going anywhere. I love her. This is the first time in partner shaming history where I'm 100% on her side. I love her and I'm rooting for her. This is the partner shaming I can get behind. She is actually so fucking funny.
That's my life. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did.
Me after randomly disappearing from TikTok on the 19th after sharing how my dad got blown up by a bomb, my sister ran away, the rest of my family passed away, and built a community of 2.7 million people who just want to laugh at life again. Damn, she really actually did that, though. Oh, holy shit. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, pop off. You deserve the hair wrap. I don't think we'll ever get... We didn't get our closure, though. Did you get it? Did you get the hair wrap? Why do all of the coolest, like... Why does nobody have profile pictures anymore? Is this, like, how it all begins? They take away our profile pictures, and then they take away our TikTok? Is this how it goes down? Dad, can I get a head of hair? Baby, there is hair, actually. But dude can't pay his surgeon because he spent it all on a Dyson. Oh my God, wow. Wow, what a stream. I completely switched up on the partner shaming side. We solved an entire rabbit hole. And I think that we all got a lot more integrated, if I can say myself. Oh my God, what an incredible stream. I'm happy with this one, guys. I really am. You know what? My usual timestamp gal, if you're listening, and if you by any chance collected timestamps, I feel like this live could use it. Not all of my lives can, I've noticed. Like, sometimes people come in and they leave the timestamps, and I'm so appreciative of that. But other times it's like, the live doesn't even make sense unless you listen to it from beginning to end. This one, if anybody did get timestamps, that'll probably help out for all the people who come in here later. But otherwise, I would say it's a fun stream to listen to the whole way through without timestamps. But that's just me being a delusional narcissist, honestly. Oh my God, wait. Punslinger 2K doing the thing. This is honestly Punslinger in 4K, this moment here. Says, you really gotta hand it to that last streamer. I love it. You know what she should do next, actually?
Well, that's my life. Thank you.
She should do the challenge where she asks her dad if he makes his hearts like we used to or the new millennial way. And the joke is he can't do either way. I'm gonna give my new favorite partner streamer some new content. Anyway, we're gonna have to wrap up the live here. As you know, 2:30ish is about that time that I have to go out and pick my kid up from school and spend time with her. Crazy. I know. I could be like Chelsea Smallwood and just throw my kids in front of their iPads as I desperately lunge into TikTok affair drama as my entire personality. Honestly, though, I can't even talk that much shit because as of lately, Chelsea Smallwood has been my entire personality. Like, I have to roast myself a bit for that. I am giving obsessed fan behavior. I'm not even gonna lie. But again, this is my white whale, man. I can't let it go. You made an affair business. And when I say that I can make fun of it for days, I've proven that to be true. It's just I can't stop making fun of it. For as long as you're out here trying to give cheaters a safe space, I will be making it unsafe. Oh man, okay. On that note, I'm gonna get going. You guys know what to do though. Hit like on the live, super helpful. Make sure that you're following me on all of the social medias. I know that you're here, you're either on YouTube or Twitch already, but if TikTok is really going away in 5 days, I can use all the help and support I can get on all of the other platforms. I'm not even gonna lie. If TikTok does go away, I'm gonna be fine. I have known from the jump not to put my eggs in one basket. I've already been banned on TikTok once before for making fun of Andrew Tate, and even though they did give me my account back, I've never known what I could do to trigger the gods into deleting me again. So I've always prepared to lose TikTok. I lost my Facebook last year and I've been moving on without it. Like, I've learned how to live without things or rebuild if I do lose things. So I'm gonna be okay either way. But if you want to do some extra support during these potentially trying times, though we don't know, we have a very incompetent government. They probably won't be able to ban it if they try. I also have a Patreon. I don't plug it nearly enough, but we have some fun on the Patreon. We have a fun Discord. Dylan is there. He's super cool and makes things really funny. A few of you are in there, actually, but if you join the Patreon, you get exclusive merch, which I actually think is pretty cool. I like the design. I like the t-shirts, and I think they're really cozy. And you'll also will get early access to all of my videos. What I've got coming for you guys soon is, if you guys are interested, I guess I don't care if you are or not, I'm going to cover it anyway, but I'm going to be doing a deep dive on the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation, where I kind of critically assess both sides. You'll be interested to hear, spoiler alert, I've been feeding TJ all of the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni drama, and we're kind of on different sides. Like, I have been able to see Baldoni's side, whereas my husband is strictly on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' side, which I gotta admit, he's been converting me a bit. So I feel like I'm in a good position to be able to speak very objectively as to what's going on without being too tied to either side, to where hopefully you'll be able to draw your own conclusions while learning a little bit more about what is perhaps the new Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. Okay, so I'm excited to get into that one. It's not going to be a live, it's going to be a scripted one, and it's going to have an ad. Sorry in advance, but yay for getting sponsors. Okay, we're keeping the YouTube afloat. Okay, I've been yapping too long. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you guys